Welcome back, my friendly friends, to more. Is this? Okay, Basel and this guy, Mr. Party Member. He's who I thought.
Ridiculous.
Whoa. He's who I thought we were gonna get previously, but he's not affiliated with the Verne Company?
You've had more than enough time. Why are the calculations still not done?
But Professor, it's impossible to be any more precise with our current equipment.
Not even the most cutting-edge engineering science or orbal science will allow for...
I will not be told what is or isn't possible by assistance. We knew about an inevitable lack of precision going into this.
This man is about to burst a friggin' blood vessel.
The theory is complete. Now do your job and find a way to realize it. It's as simple as that.
If it was that easy, why doesn't he do it?
You are working in the finest laboratory in all of Calvard, and it is high time that you started thinking like it.
Okay, so we've never heard of the Basel Institute before now, but my whole thing is like, if they're so great, what's up with Verne? Is the Verne Company gonna be chopped liver? I highly doubt it, but I can't think of any, there weren't really any other domestic operations that rivaled Rhineford or ZCF. Took me a second.
Whatever. I'll be back to hear your results in the morning. Just get to making progress.
So as for personality, I'm expecting for this guy to be something like Wazzy. He's got that sort of...
Not another all-nighter.
He's got that sort of
I
appearance.
didn't think losing to Professor Cronkite would push him this far off the deep end.
Cronkite. Never heard that name before.
I don't disagree, but complaining isn't going to get us anywhere. All we can do is get back to work.
So he's competing with whoever Cronkite is, and they're both probably way below, Hamilton. Here, okay, Verne Industrial Company.
This wasn't what we agreed. You both gave me your word that you would stay on until the Zypha standard was ready for the general population.
So Gen Pop doesn't have Zyphas.
Oh, sorry. But my main research really needs my attention right now.
Who are they?
I've covered all the tasks I was specifically left with, though.
As have I. Now it's time I devoted myself to that other project. Unless you would be willing to take responsibility were a problem to arise due to my lack of attention.
So these two helped with the Zyphas then.
You know I can't do that.
Then it seems we've nothing else to discuss.
I really am sorry about this.
Off they go.
Oh, I need to keep making improvements to that other thing I was given, too.
Well, the Verne Company can't be out of...
Why must the professor's students all be like this?
So, these are Hamilton's disciples then.
Not to mention the woman herself. If she hadn't just up and left Basel in the first place, this wouldn't be an issue.
So, wait, are Basel and Verne the same thing?
Meanwhile, Professor Callahan's obsessed with his research into Adios knows what.
Alright, I'm not sure what the relationship between these things is.
Atwas and Red Star are threatening patent litigation?
This guy's...
Their legal representative take care of it. Aldra and ZCF have a partnership now? Is this through that tech union? What are the details?
Right, Verne was
Project AF's been leaked, but we had an agreement with Tyrell.
This guy...
It's already time for those educational visitations. Ugh, I don't have the time for this.
Oh, that's probably Arab.
Why can't problems ever come one at a time?
Yeah, this guy's having a horrible day. But Aramis is probably going to visit Basel Aerotram.
I can't deal with all of this. Wait a second. I may have just worked out the perfect card to play. She left another student back here, didn't she?
Was probably the guy.
As I recall, he's become obsessed with that old facility.
And that's our guy. What is he researching? Blood samples?
I knew it. This is the best time of the day to see the Great Shadar Triangle. I just wish there was a little less cloud cover. By the looks of it, their conjunction will be about 10 months from now, so that should do it for my homework.
Okay, so he's interested in astronomy, yeah.
I just hope she'll be back before then.
Who, and he's talking about Hamilton.
Who will be back?
Whoa! This is, okay, so he's got a special holo like Mare then?
Oh, don't mind me, it's nothing.
What?
They said, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. How could I not be when I've got the two of you? And I'm not a child anymore. I can keep things safe in Grand's absence.
This is Hamilton's grandson?
Adios above. You're too young to always be so serious.
All right, well, this kid does not seem very playful like Wazzy, so I guess I was wrong about that.
Hey there. How's it going so far?
I assume you mean with the new lens? I couldn't try it out fast enough. It's accurate to 0.03 microarch. The engineers of the artisanal district really are second to none.
Artisanal district? So wherever this is, that's pretty large. It might just be well, not a campus of some sort, but could Basel or Verne have well, we'll see, I guess.
Wasn't gonna settle for less than perfect on one of the professor's homework assignments.
All right, and Hamilton gave him this assignment specifically.
But I was really asking about you. You sure you're not working yourself too hard lately?
And yes, the tech union that the guy was talking about, that was something that came up towards the end of the previous game. It was, Verne? Well, it had to have been Verne Company because nobody was talking about Basel anything. But Verne Company was the only one that decided against joining. From what I understand now would be because they had the Zypha tech on deck and they didn't want to share it. Aldra, who knows what they are? Nobody's ever talked about them before.
I'm fine. Honestly, I am. But thank you for always caring about me. It means a lot, especially since I'm sure you already have your hands full with work from above as it is.
Oh, I won't hear a word of that. You just leave worrying about that kind of stuff to me. Everyone's got their role to play in the world, whether it's as a researcher or as an engineer.
Those are the only two things, yeah.
And we wouldn't be fit to call ourselves artisans of Basel if we weren't willing to come help the professor's favorite student.
So, he's already earned himself quite a bit of favor.
Well, thank you very much then. Oh, excuse me.
And the little dog bot thing has Verne on it. I see.
Mr. Townsend? What could the CEO want with someone like me?
That's the guy who we saw who was having a meltdown.
What? Hold on a second. What do you... But this is the professor's... I'm on my way.
So, which of the multiple things that he was having an issue with does he specifically need help with?
Ugh. What nasty crap is Townsend up to this time?
Well, I guess we'll find out. But not until we get Rosette nice and situated. Capital of Calvard, Edith, 5th District, Albert. Have we? Oh, we have not been here. Aramis Academy. Vance. Sheena Dirk. That's Class 1A 6th period, History of the Republic. She's who we saw the statue of. Roughly 100 years ago, the Calvardian monarchy was approaching its breaking point. Outside of Calvard, the vast empire in East Zemuria had fallen, and the empire had annexed Crossbell for the umpteenth time. Meanwhile, at home, citizens were starving, and the aristocracy ruled with an iron fist, ignoring the people's suffering. This led to a group of unlikely heroes standing up to fight against injustice, led by Sheena Dirk, a firebrand student. She was a student? She was on that Reen-type action. At the time, few were willing to lend an ear to the seeming pipe dream of a democratic revolution that she spoke of. But in due course, it began to resonate with the young in particular, and before long, she found herself leading a popular movement. The elites of the time fought hard to keep her movement at bay, causing many to lose their lives, and for Sheena herself to be locked away. Oh, maybe she was on that Joan of Arc type action. But they could not stop the movement from becoming a revolutionary army with Dirk as its symbol. It was this army that toppled the kingdom. Even then, she still had the betrayal of her friend, August the Philosopher, and the invasion of the Empire's provincial armies to contend with. So, it's Benedict August. But in the end, Sheena Dirk went on to become Calvard's first president and achieved a great many things during her time in power. So she became president a little under 100, well, yeah, relatively a little under 100 years ago. Miss Claudel, could you give us an example or two?
Of course. Her most well-known achievements are the Calvardian Constitution, which guides us to this day, and Edith's designation as our capital. However, I think that the founding of this very academy also deserves a special mention.
Wait, so she was not a student of Aramis then? You can't be a student at the school you founded as president.
The opinions of a great many thinkers, including her comrade, the artist Aramis, were reflected in its creation. But even the Royal Academy in neighboring Liberal and a military academy in Erebonia, our enemies at the time, served as inspirations.
Okay, so Thor's is older than Aramis, and Genus Royal Academy is also older than Aramis.
Aramis was founded to be a place where people of all races, nationalities, and beliefs could come together for the benefit of all.
Which makes it clear that that wasn't the standard before, but you know what? That's really par for the course as far as history goes.
And I believe that as a result, it is a perfect embodiment of the ideals upon which our republic was established.
Quite so. Among her accomplishments, that one is especially pivotal. Aramis became the first head of this academy, and the influence his works had on the field of art cannot be... Boy, Agnes is so smart! She's so pretty, too.
Talk about stiff competition, huh?
Shush! Pay attention to the lesson.
Mm-hmm. Bro didn't take his eyes off her until he got called out. Homeroom, after class. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, next week marks the beginning of your educational visitations. Yeah, so at least now she won't have to take time off of school. But I'm guessing that means, well, because the other kid, he's probably about Agnes's age in that case, but already way ahead of her academically. Probably just a cut above Ren's level. However, there are still a few of you who haven't chosen where they want to go. Much like the school festival in April, this is a test of what you can do independently. You'll need to book your own lodgings as well, so I expect these last few submissions by the start of next week. Okay, and this school isn't for brokies, so yes, they gotta pay out of pocket for that sort of thing. That will be all. If you would, class representative, all rise.
Yes, sir.
Hit that all rise bow.
Stand. Bow.
This Kiritsure gets translated differently every single time. I know it's out of the country, but Crossbell's a top contender for sure. Yeah, I'm dying to see Arkansas in person. I'm interested in Crossbell too, but I want to visit somewhere quintessentially Calvardian this time. Oracion looks so pretty. I can't wait. Longport or Messeldom wouldn't be bad choices either. I want to go see the ocean. I'm quite interested in Tharbad too, especially after that film festival they just held. Well, time for us to go fulfill our duties. So, what's eating away at you? Is it just me or is this table gigantic? What do you mean? We're talking about where you want to visit, of course. Admittedly, the whole thing isn't a compulsory part of our curriculum, so any first or second year can choose not to go. But Ren doesn't have... Okay, so Ren's gonna be our guest party member then, because as a third year, she has no choice. But you're not seriously considering passing it up, are you? Was I that easy to read? Well, you both already know about my circumstances, and I suppose they're not worth hiding to begin with, but... So she's not like Elisa. I still don't know whether my job will need us to go anywhere, so I'm waiting until the last minute to decide. I knew it. You do seem to take a lot of business trips with that gig, huh? They got another new face recently though, right? That concierge maid woman? Oh, or are you concerned she's going to get a lead on you? She is supposed to be really pretty. That's not the issue here. Albert, it's already over for you, dude.
Sounds like someone's having fun in here.
Hey, there she is. Oh, Ren! Whew. Good afternoon. Yeah, saved by the purple hair.
The same to you. I'll be doing a bit of visitationing myself, incidentally, since I enrolled this year. If we end up going to the same place, I'll do what I can to help with your lodgings.
Okay, but we obviously will. She's gonna be our guest party member.
By the way, I think it's fine to leave your decision until the last minute if you're that concerned about your work-school balance.
You're teasing me again, aren't you? Still, I appreciate you saying so. Well, either way, I'd way rather stick with you, Agnes. You cannot come to Basel. That's why you haven't picked either, right, Albert? I just don't want to rush into a decision. Where are you planning on going anyway? Crossbell like so many others? Man, Ren has spent enough time in Crossbell to last a friggin' lifetime. She doesn't want to go there.
Actually, I know a few too many people there for that to be a good choice.
Right. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine the moment Ren stepped foot in Crossbell, she'd be embroiled in something?
I visited Longport and Erasion plenty too. And Tharbad isn't quite as enticing with the festival over.
That's what I was saying. She was so happy to go there when all the fun stuff was done. I really wonder about her sometimes. She's lived quite the life. She's just one big mystery. Not particularly. She's your big reward for playing all the games up until this point. I imagine going from this, going back to, well, she doesn't show up in, she won't show up in the first, but going from this back to the second when they eventually releases 2-3 years from now will be quite a lot.
No, I've made my mind up to go somewhere else entirely.
Don't tell me she's already decided to go to Basel. For what particular reason, though?
A city that's like no other for experiencing both Calvard's history and its innovation, filled with wisdom and technology. A place where you can see the future of the Zypha Standard, the Orbal Network, and so much more.
Okay, you know what? When she puts it like that, it doesn't sound as out of nowhere. Oh. You mean... Is the place called Basel? Well, I guess we'll see. October 18th. October 18th, 12:08, 11:03 a.m. Chapter 4, Disaster Protocol. Oh.
I read your report. I'm pleased to see everything seems to be going swimmingly.
No idea who that is, but her casual stuff looks so different than her battle outfit.
I foresee no major issues in you conducting your support and operational work from Edith. As such, I will leave all but emergency matters to your discretion while you're with Arkwright Solutions.
Thank you very much. I will continue to report all I can regarding the Almada matter too, aside from the agreed exceptions.
So, they know that she's not reporting absolutely everything. And them being okay with that would be weird if we hadn't played so much of these games already. It'd be weirder if they were on top of that sort of thing.
Please do. Although I can't help but feel that much will fall under the exceptions umbrella.
I do apologize about that. However...
Oh, I didn't mean to sound critical of you. This arrangement doesn't violate the terms of our agreement in any way.
For some reason.
I'm just sure you appreciate that we cannot allow complete free reign a la a certain society's agents.
They actually acknowledge it. They're like, okay, we're letting you get away with a whole friggin' lot, but we're not letting you get away with literal murder like somebody, like another association, because them jokers seem to have no order at all.
Of course. That degree of freedom would not befit a corporate setting.
It doesn't befit a shadowy or, you know what? I would say that, but clearly it hasn't actually, people actively leaving their organization and working against them with every fiber of their being doesn't seem to really stop them or hinder them all that much. So, you know what? What do I know, right?
Now, I am very interested in the actions of Van Arkwright and his personal hollow. Just as much as I anticipate perusing your own data from your time there. I'm counting on you, Ms. Twinings.
I will not disappoint you, Mr. Thorndyke.
Okay, no idea who that is.
Our Duke truly is an enigma, even to those in it like me.
Oh, we're creating the plausible deniability so that when the real shady stuff comes out, Rosette will be like, I never knew any about any of this stuff.
They prioritize profit above all else, but also use a perfect mixture of truth and lies to blur just how far their reach really extends. But I suppose I'm in no position to decry that.
Right. And I guess it makes, because what kind of front-facing employee knows 100% of everything about the organization they work for? So that is fairly realistic. Oh, construction?
Well then, it's time I started work for today.
Okay, because she's got like a special outfit. When it's time for people to be in casual stuff, they just take off the like the outer layer. Like, Yes takes off her overcoat. Fairy takes off her hoodie, but she has like a shirt and pants.
Oh, there you are. Someone's in a good mood today.
Hey, done with school for the day?
I sure am. Are you doing some maintenance before work? You're so dedicated.
He's just a car junkie, a gearhead.
My girl only deserves the best.
Oh yeah, your core used cars to get around too, right? Your pop's a car buff at all? I don't know if I'd say that. He drives a Lino, that I know. Oh, but he's pretty picky about his tires and shock absorbers? Whatever those are. I bet, if you're driving across mountains and deserts all the time, you need only the best. You have no idea how much work I had to put into tuning her up so we'd have a smooth ride over the sand dunes in Tharbad. Really? I would have never guessed you did anything special. Yeah, that's how you know he went all out if the ride didn't feel any different, even though the terrain was massively changed. Okay, let me give you a primer. So, the most important tweaking you can do is the suspension, right? And yeah, she's not trying to hear all that. What's that over there? Yeah, whoa. What is that, actually? Yeah, that. It came from Elsheim this morning. I thought it was going to be a suite that was going to be our special bonus. It's a present from the Crown Prince. That's right.
I threw in a bonus on top of your base reward, so you have something extra to look forward to.
Okay,
It will arrive separately.
It's funny because I can hear that that's Alejandro Saab, but he would definitely be able to do Matthew Mercer's job as like Prince Oliver if it came down to it. So now we have 3 different people who sound like Troy Baker, I guess. It's a custom part made with top quality materials, and I mean top quality. Being successor to the throne means real money to burn. Kinda pisses me off that he conveniently sent it just as it was starting to get a little too snug for everyone to fit in. Is it something designed to add more seats to the back of the car then? Huh. How'd you guess? Wait, I need to see this because how does that work? Does it create seats in the trunk? Why? Well, it would make sense that it would have to be legal in Calvard because I don't think that's legal anywhere in the US. I think I've told you this before, but I've got a brother who left our corps and set out on his own. No, we knew she had a brother, but not that he struck out from the warriors of Kruga. 3 guesses where he ends up at. When he came back to the village for a brief visit last year, he had something like that attached to his car too. Though it's possible he's got a different car now. Gotcha. He's probably riding the same one if I had to guess. You think so? Maybe you're right. All these expensive modifications to it, yeah, there's no reason to switch it out.
I thought I might find you here, Van. And hello, Fairy.
Yes!
Alright, she's raring to go.
You always get here 10 minutes early. I don't mind you being a little more lax, you know.
I'm sure you don't, but it's a hard habit to break once you've started.
Guess that means I can hit the hay a while longer then.
Dang. There it is. Yeah, see, he just took off his,
You should try taking a page or two out of her book, Mr. Serial Nightcrawler.
Yeah, he just took off his, overshirt.
Hey, what I do in my free time's my business, Chief.
You do know it's almost noon.
Yeah, almost noon.
Hey, Yume!
I'm glad to see everyone gathered.
Now get some grub and get out of here before the lunch rush hits.
Get out of here. Thanks a bunch. Let's go eat, guys.
Sure thing.
So, she got done with...
Man, any more people and we won't know where else to put them.
But there are, from how operated in other countries, there's like multiple different classes per day. Like you've got a young kids class and an older kids class, and Fairy at the age of 13 should be in the older kids class.
Maybe, but I think it's nice.
Yeah. Family growing nice and big. The group had an early lunch in Monmar. Once done, they gathered in the office to plan out their workload. This will be the final day of my trial period. I hope I'll be able to learn quite a bit from you all by the end of it. I'm not sure you even have anything to learn at this point. You know so much about everything here that it almost feels like we're the ones learning from you. She's already wrapped up all our pain-in-the-ass paperwork, too. You should just make her the boss and be done with it. Hell no. But it really is a big help having you here. You're not an assistant so much as a superhero. But I'm sure you've got your share of other stuff to do elsewhere, so no need to cross every T and dot every I on my account. It's not doing the crew any favors to be so dry on work either. Start making some time for yourself. Oh, but I couldn't. I know I'm not as capable as you, but I'll work hard to narrow the gap between us. So please, let me share some of the load. Everyone needs a good work-life balance. I'm here to help too. Why? If she wants to do all the tedious shit, just let her. Especially since someone's got something else on their mind just eating away at them. What? Well... You just want an excuse to be lazy. Your wild combat style already makes you hard to fight with, you know. You want to take this outside, small fry? Let's do it! Alright. That's enough, you two. I would much rather all of you were able to focus on your studies and hobbies. But if you insist, I will endeavor to use some of my time for my own benefit. Glad to hear it. So, goes without saying that Rosette's coming with me today, but so's Agnes. Oh! So we don't get to pick this time. Her orbital staff's just been updated, and I wanted to try out this new service I've been hearing about. So, is this gonna... I feel like, knowing Falcom, this is gonna have some type of gameplay function, but waiting 30 hours to unlock it? Oh, that sounds good. I guess she would be a lot more suited to that than me. Pretty sure I can master it in minutes if I gave it a whirl. I don't know, might be tough for someone with a wild combat style. Ooh, got him. Anyway, I'm still gonna bring one of you two to round us out. Whoever's left will be handling the office work shopping. Office work, shopping, stuff like that. No slacking allowed. I wouldn't dream of it! Yeah, sure. Hurry up and pick then. Well, we went with Aaron last time, so... Agnes's orbital staff has been updated to use more powerful subparts. Obtain the White Headpiece 2 weapon subpart for Agnes's weapon. So, let's go see what this new service is about, shall we? We use it from a special computer in your room, right, Rosette? Yes, I'll point it out to you. Then lead the way! So we have to visit Rosette's room for something. And hers is on the 3rd floor? Wait, what? Oh, that is the 3rd floor. Looks like she's got the center room. Virtual Combat Simulator. Is that the new device? So this is going to allow us to re-battle things we've already fought. Yes, this is a beta version of the Virtual Combat Simulator the Marduk company is currently testing. Virtual, huh? That sounds pretty neat. Can we really use it for combat training? Indeed, it connects to each of your Zyphas in order to facilitate it. However, please bear in mind that the simulator interfaces with the user's neurotransmitters. Damage received will be felt, so do be careful. Wow. What the heck? Zyphas, dude. So much better than the orbments that were in use 6 years ago. It's impressive it can do so much. It will make things easier to actually be in the situation, even if it's just a simulation. These might actually be challenge matches then. The nuts and bolts of how it all works go way above my head, but it's gonna come in handy so we can be on top of our game. Virtual Combat Simulator. By selecting Use Virtual Combat Simulator from Rosette's computer or your office desk, you can participate in simulated battles. We can fight the Grendel? It's a good way to do battle against enemies you fought as the Grendel, among others. Choose Release Charge or Retreat to end the battle. More battles will be added as you advance the story. So I guess we should... You wish to train on the simulator? Very well.
Activating Virtual Combat Simulator, beta version.
Ghoul Ida. These things? But these things, they're level 40 now. Holy crap. Okay, wait, Aaron? What happened to... Okay, well...
A boost would work here.
Not sure... Okay, well... I fully expect to clobber these things. Again. It does start us off
Now's a good
pretty
time
nice. Yeah, just have him go in. All right. Now, Van, show us what you're made of. Right, plenty of damage. Okay, so I'm not too worried about our setup here. Yeah, see, she ate that for breakfast. Tail smash. Hit us all with the delay, though. That is kind of bad. So Agnes just needs to heal. Bulwark Blade. Res and A-Res down. Damage and arts damage up. Buddy Boy's got a crit coming up. Let's actually try... We want to try stealing that. See if we can make that happen.
Boost gauge limit crush.
And then one of these.
Activated. Boost gauge limit crush.
No, couldn't make it happen. Purgatorial Howl. You'll... Next. Okay, she gets next.
Initializing drive.
There we go. A critical Purgatorial Howl. Well, that sucks.
Activating skill.
Sucker.
We almost got this one dead, though. I assume, I'm glad I took the chance on this, because I was like, wait, did we fight something as the Grendel before we fought Ida? I don't remember anything like that happening. But I'm assuming Ida, she might be like level 45 or something. Well, these guys had their chance at happiness and squandered it. There's that stun. Ooh, and more boost pluses.
Boost gauge limit broken.
9,000, 3,000. Just barely, not enough. But these next attacks should actually be curtains for them. You're friggin' dead. And now you're last up, Flame Breath. Nobody's worried about that. Didn't even status us. Ooh, and the stun? Get some. Nowhere. Okay, that makes sense that we wouldn't get any XP out of that. Virtually victorious. Alright. Turn off the simulator? Yeah. Good times. Was not expecting for Aaron to be part of it, but that's okay. And I do want to see... Okay, wine-basted burger.
See you again.
Definitely got to stay on top of the stuff that they're offering. Leafy hot pot, guifa fried rice, penglai samgyetang, Maserati curry, juicy kofta.
Pick something already.
So much goodness. The Maserati curry is the best one. Just because of how much it restores. We have to talk to her before we can shop? You, in the maid getup. Look, Grandma, it's not what you think. I ain't said nothing yet. Shut your trap. I just see her cleaning out here in the morning, so I wanted to chat with her a bit. Oh, that's simply an old habit of mine. Please, pay me no mind. I hold your own routine in much higher regard, Miss Jin. Your professionalism and diligence is truly inspiring. I've just been doing this for some 80 years. Ain't nothing. Whoa. She's 30 years older than the Orbital Revolution. Actually, she's been doing this for 80 years? That would mean she's like, well, if she started as like a little kid, she'd be in her early 80s, but still. You sound like you got a good head on your shoulders, though. Real beauty, too. Brings me back to my youth. Anybody else feel like she'll just now? Quiet, all of you! Freaking kids. Another peaceful day in Old Town? Another peaceful day in Old Town.
Again. Come back soon.
Now, with that, she's got something new, but...
Why, hello. Looking is always free, you know.
I'm not sure. Yeah, she's...
Come back for more anytime.
There might not be anything really worth checking out here. Except for our usuals.
Why not take
Okay, yeah,
with
see?
hope
Orchid
I see you
Scrunchy.
again.
That seems like an on yes thing.
What do I do?
Well...
Alright. Wait, what? Oh, here it is. But since we're already here... Whoa! We have a bunch of connection events.
Thank you very much.
Faultless SC. Judith? Okay. And Ashen? We can do connection events with Ashen too? She's only got 2 though.
Alright.
Bounty and Waterworks. Alright. There's still a lingering scent. Gotta check the other bulletin boards.
Planner launch.
Let's go for... Whoa. One in half of the districts, basically. Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Alright.
New religions. My father's become ensnared by a suspicious new religion. I don't want to force him to quit, but I'm rather worried that I haven't heard from him. And so I ask if it is possible for you to check on his safety. I'll be waiting below the pedestrian bridge near the Orbital store. Dang. They got him in a cult. Sure. Subway entrance. And this one is... Whoa, way over there. Alright, well... Wait, this is the Sidon district? Oh, okay. It just looks like the one with the Treon Tower. Okay, that's fine. The Hoop Court. Yep, right there.
What have we got?
A daughter in danger. Due to various reasons, I cannot reveal the details of this request here. Please forgive me. Danger's approaching my lady, and I need your help to save her. I shall explain everything in person. I will be waiting beneath the overpass in the Sidon district. We have 3 jobs on today's docket. Yeah, we've got to at least take care of 2 of them by the day's end. Alright then. So we've got both of these. And I think this new religion one...
Let's be on our way.
That one is enticing me first, but give me one moment. Whoa, what's that? Bro's serious with it. Alright, so we're gonna start things off here.
Oh, it's the film that won the Leon d'Or.
Is that? Oh!
It looks like they're re-releasing it in theaters.
That's Wolves Requiem?
Yeah, but they're only doing nighttime showings since it's been out for half a year now.
So I guess we're gonna have our opportunity to take a look at it then, because we haven't been able to before now. So, this guy. Are you Stefan? The guy who wrote that request? We're with Arkwright Solutions. You really came! Oh, thank goodness! I was worried you wouldn't even see my request. You mentioned worrying about the safety of your father? Yeah, he got himself caught up in a suspicious-sounding new religion. What he chooses to believe is his own choice, of course, but I haven't been able to get in touch with him for some time now. That's why I'd like you to try and find out if he's alright or not. That's all? Don't want us to try and knock some sense into him? Feel like that's what most people in your position would try to do. I have mixed feelings on the whole situation, to be honest. That religion in particular. Oh. It hasn't been all bad on us, or him, really. Have you heard about them? They're called Libra Domina. Libra the scales, Domina, like either sleeping scales or something like that? Never heard of it, no. Nor have I. Its fundamental beliefs are largely the same as those of the Septian Church. They worship Adios for one. Well, I mean, that's normal for religions, isn't it? Everybody basically worshiping the same god. But on top of that, it's also based heavily on the concept of karma. Doing good deeds brings rewards, while bad ones do the opposite. It doesn't sound so bad to me. As I said, it's actually done a lot of good for him. My father was kind of a terrible person before he joined them, you see. He refused to work and would just spend all his time either gambling or drinking himself silly. Mom got tired of it and they eventually divorced. I didn't see him after that. Well, not until recently. When I finally met him again, it was like he was a totally different person. A friend of his apparently recommended he join the church, which he did. And the church put him back on the right track. Pretty much. He became a really hard worker and dropped both drinking and gambling. He's shown regret for turning his back on his family at the time too. I can't say it's all bad. I'm partly happy he joined, actually. But I just can't shake this anxiety I feel the more I hear about them. What have you heard about them? Once people join the church, they start trying to convince anyone and everyone to join too. Yeah. This feels like a lot of these requests feel a lot less fantastical than the stuff we're tackling in the main story. I'm a big fan of that, actually. We're a long way from saving cats back in the time of Estelle and Joshua. Recruiting more members is considered one of the good deeds I mentioned earlier, and it lets you level up as a person. It's literally a cult! I've heard that those who donate particularly large sums of mirror are given special blessings by the religion's guru, too. My father's hoping that if he does enough good deeds, he'll be able to bring our family back together. So, that's the hook they've got him on. Nothing wrong with wanting to do good deeds, yeah, but I'm not too sure about the recruitment and donations. The Arusha who I believe in has no interest in those things. So that's why you're worried. Yes. I mean, what if it's just the tip of the iceberg? What if there are worse things happening behind closed doors that I don't know about? Let's just make sure there's no Kool-Aid anywhere to be found. So, could I ask you to go and check on him? Of course. This really is a job more fit for us than the guild or the cops. Right, why would they want to interfere with how our religion is operating? What should we do? Should we take the job on right now? Yeah. Sure, we'll take your job on. With that settled, next step is figuring out where to start looking. You said a friend of your dad's the one that convinced him to join the church, yeah? Yes, that's right. His name is Carson. I remember hearing that he's usually in the Riverside district at this time of day. Around the terrace area specifically. I think most people that want to join the religion or have any sort of interest in it have to go through him. Good. Good start as any. Alright, let's head to Riverside and see if we can find this Carson. Just leave the rest to us. We'll let you know if we learn anything useful. Thank you. Good luck. We should go ahead and make our way over to the terrace area of the Riverside district.
You have my support, Mr. Arkwright.
Yeah, this ain't sounding too good. He's still helping that dude out. To the Riverside we go.
Let's be on our way.
Additional attribute damage. That's actually been a kind of a lifesaver. All that bonus damage. It is one of my favorite new tidbits. And he's okay. What's up with you? That looks like the person my client told me about. Hey there, you're Carson, yeah? Stefan told me to come to you. Oh, yes. So you know Walton's son then? I'm Carson, yes. I'm pleased to know you have an interest in our activities. Okay, so Stefan is in on it. There's something, I felt like there was something fishy about it. So maybe Carson, okay, maybe wait, Walton he did say his name. Okay, so I was gonna be like, maybe Stefan was making up the fact that his dad was in on this, but Walton is a real person's name, so. Allow me to explain Libra Domina. Yeah, about that. Was kinda hoping we could hear all of this from Stefan's dad, you know? Walton, I mean. I see. Unfortunately, Walton is currently busy with religious service. What kinds of religious service? Yes. Walton hasn't been able to make his tithes lately, I believe. Uh-oh, well. And then when the pastor doesn't get his new orbital vehicles, then somebody's gotta pay. He's helping out with services to the church. After all, tithes and good deeds both pave the road to a virtuous life. Right. So, if you would allow me to explain our faith to you, I will. Do you wish to join the Libra Domina faith? Well, I'm intrigued at least. Of course, I can imagine you'll need to experience the wonder of our beliefs first. As it happens, though, you are in fact quite fortunate. You see, we're scheduled to soon hold the ceremony of purifying scales. Okay, so I was right about the Libra being the scales part, but Domina, it was either sleep or domination, or maybe Domina has some sort of purifying definition that I'm not aware of in Latin. The ceremony of purifying scales? What's that? Well, to start with, I should make clear that the Libra in our faith's name is the same Libra of the scales. all is made equal by scales. Judgment is passed in the ceremony. Good shall be repaid with good, and evil shall be repaid with evil. But both are paid. So that's the particular flavor of your faith. So then, what should happen when the scales tip? Well, for those who have done much good, our guru will grant them a blessing. For one who's done little good, or one who's done too much evil, our religious leader hands down divine punishment. Don't like the sound of that. What does this divine punishment of yours entail? Probably more tithes. Should it be called for, they will be forced to even the scales with their own blood. Oh, well, that's a lot less exploitative and a lot more cultish than I was anticipating. Wait one moment. With their blood? How exactly? Well, honestly, I'm not sure myself. What? How do you not know? And plus, I feel like this is being a little too forthcoming. Imagine if you were trying to proselytize somebody Christianity and you lead with the eternal suffering bit. After all, I've never done an evil deed in my life, so I'm not privy to the details. You need not worry about it. As long as you earn your good deeds by preaching and tithing, you shouldn't have cause to meet such a fate. Jaeger cores can be pretty hard on people who break the rules too, but I don't know. This feels totally different. I don't like it. Because this place, like, religion is supposed to offer salvation. With Jaeger cores, you're in a brotherhood of blood, so it's like, yeah, if you break the rules, then you can't be trusted and you might get somebody killed. Here, if you break the rules, you just mess up the guru's bottom line. Oh, come to think of it, Walton will probably be partaking in the gathering too. Busy as he might be with service, joining the ritual is the duty of all believers. Yeah, we'll take you up on that offer to see the ritual then. Might be a good way to figure out if we want to join your faith or not. Well, of course! I'm thrilled to hear you're interested. The ceremony of purifying scales should be starting momentarily, in fact. The site is a sacred place, suitable for freeing and purifying the souls of the people. Riverside's concert hall, of course, which we have reserved for our use. Now, if you don't mind, I'll head over there now so I can inform the receptionist that you'll be coming. Sure, thanks. Well, this doesn't pass the smell test at all. The Libra Domina feel more dangerous than I first thought they would be. The silver lining is that it sounds like our client's father is still well and exists, which I was not 100% on when we started. I do hope we'll be able to find him at this meeting. Nothing we can do except roll with the punches. Did sound like everyone would turn up though. Y'all be careful while we're there. Of course, a mistake could turn an entire room of disciples into enemies. Don't know what they were going on about with the concert hall being sacred or whatever. Anyway, let's stop these weirdos. Well, and
stop right here.
Do they have anything different?
Take as long as you need.
Yes, they do.
I'll be waiting.
Chocolate rice? Oh, chocolate rice taco. So it's like a dessert sort of thing. Well, if he's got new gourmet action for us, Bermotti might as well. Or he's probably still...
What are you in the mood for?
No,
Come
nothing.
back and play soon.
What's her face is there, though? Shin Suo? It was something like that. And we weren't able to buy anything interesting from the guy over here. Wait. He's just smoking. He's not hitting the orbital hookah. Those days might be in the past.
What'll it be?
Okay, yes. Nice. Ingrid cap. I didn't bother buying that. Let's just go ahead and give it to, Oh, him?
I'll take that.
Alright, well. Oh, black leather key case. I don't know why I thought it was a hat. But okay, we've cleaned up around here. Now let's go ahead and pay Buddy Boy a visit. Hello again, everyone. I've been waiting for you. I've already spoken to the receptionist about your wish to observe our ceremony. It will begin momentarily. Are you ready to join us? Yeah, we're good. Show us in. Of course, come with me. So, do we have to pick somebody? If we have to pick somebody to be purified, we might want to do, because Van, he's probably a little too sinful, but Fairy should pass muster. So that would mean the wild cards are on Yes and Rosette. Goddess Adios, we offer our gratitude on this holy day. I've done so many good deeds, I'm guaranteed a blessing. Glory to Libra Domina! Glory to Libra Domina! I already kind of regret coming here. It's so overwhelming. I'll excuse myself now. May our guru bless you all. Yeah, thanks. So who's this guru? Goodness, they are certainly passionate. They sure are. Might be new and all, but I get the feeling they're soon gonna be a big pain in the ass at this rate. Honestly, I'd be out the door already, but we gotta find our client's father first. I believe I've located him. That man over there might be him. How? We don't know anything about Walton besides his name. Yes, he matches the description. Oh, okay, well. Good. That confirms that he's alive, at least. What do we do now? So is this? Alright, he does look like a friggin' charlatan. Everyone, let us offer up our prayers of gratitude for this day, guided by the scales. Oh dear Adios, goddess of the sky, we thank you for this day of salvation. Very well then. In the name of Adios, I hereby proclaim the beginning of the ceremony of purifying scales. We shall correct the injustices that have been left untouched for right and wrong, and purify our chaotic world. More like mindless drones than people here. Should we follow along as well? Nah, we're just observers, remember? Don't gotta do anything. Yet. I get creeped the hell out anyway, just thinking about acting like them. Me too. I feel like even just imitating them would be an offense to Arusha. First, let us begin by rewarding those whose scales tip heavy with good deeds. Followers Carson and Dolly, please step forward. Is Dolly someone? Your worthy tithes and deeds in attracting new followers have caught the eye of our goddess. Therefore, I grant you both the title of Honorary Evangelist. May you both be a role model for all followers of our faith. Honorary Evangelist? I'm hardly worthy of such a great honor. I'll dedicate my whole life to proving myself worthy of such a title. Oh yeah, we gotta get this next. That's the same Carson we were speaking to before, yes? At least he looks happy, but with the donations and recruitments? Yeah, he made the guru very happy, so of course he gave it back in turn. It just feels like your classic pyramid scheme in here. Isn't that all religions? To continue forward, it is time to punish those whose scales tip heavy with evil deeds. Follower Walton and the two transgressors from the other day, please step up. Whoa! There's Mr. Walton. But who does he mean by transgressors? This is going from bad to worse. First, the transgressors. Though followers of your faith you may be, you are insincere. You consider us deviants, going so far as to report us to the authorities. No way! They're putting the hurt on people who ratted them out? Violating the teachings of Adios is a sin heavier than any other. Therefore, I shall hand down your deserved divine punishment in her place. What? Screw that, you crazy cultist! You're a madman! Why did they go up on the stage? Why are they here? I just stopped by for the hell of it! I'm so done with this. Let us go. Okay, so they weren't invited here. They just dropped in uninvited. And you, follower Walton, stand to receive the goddess's divine punishment as well. He just completely ignored the guy being asked to let go free. I'm well aware that my tithes are insufficient and I fail to do enough good deeds. But I've been trying very hard to serve the faith by handing out flyers and recruiting people. I will serve as best I possibly can. Please, I beg for a merciful judgment. Oh no, dude, there's none of that here. You admit your failure at doing enough good deeds, but fail to acknowledge all the evil burdens you carry with you. You continue to fail to take responsibility for your past. Were you not a drinker and a gambler? One that neglected his family while at it? Your lack of good deeds and the heavy weight of your evil deeds tip the goddess's scales ever away from her favor. That can't be! I thought that by repenting and dedicating myself to my faith, my sins would go away and I'd be able to return to my family. That would only be possible if you'd even the scales with good deeds. Dare you object to the goddess's judgment? No. You needn't fear. Divine punishment as it may be, our sacred ritual will cleanse you from your sins. Open your arms wide to your judgment. I shall observe your last moments myself. Wait, what? Now, away with you three. They're about to kill people in a public venue? With today's judgments, Adios' scales find themselves even once more. May you all continue with your good deeds evermore, so that the goddess may acknowledge you. Glory to Libra Domina! Praise be to Libra Domina! This is utterly beyond the pale. Letting a religious movement like this stand as a threat to everyone. Man, where were you a couple thousand years ago? Makes me feel sick. Let's bounce before Carson gets back. Wait, what about the death to everybody bid? Let's chase after our client's father and the rest. Afterwards, Van's team managed to sneak out of the concert hall without being noticed by Carson. Yeah, because we've seen what the punishment for being a transgressor is. When they got outside, they saw the guru boarding a luxury sedan driven by a Libra Domina follower. Though, to be fair, followers of Adios and Arusha, which is the same thing, they seem to be shooting straight. Except for the shade, well, the Septian Church is actually kind of shady. We saw a lot of that in the third. They also saw Walton and the two transgressors being forced into a second car. Once they move into that second location, it's a wrap. Van approached the leader as they were climbing into the cars, managing to slip something onto him unseen. Did you just attach something to the guru's clothes? Was it a transmitter? That's the kind of thing you hear about in spy novels and such. Again, the Capel was 6 years ago, people. You got it. Bit of an older model, really, but it's the same grade used by foreign intelligence divisions and such. Got it through some, let's say, less than legal means. Been waiting for a while to get the chance to use it. It will send its signal straight to a Zypha. But let's report back to our client first. Gotta make sure he's aware that we found his dad. Allow me to make the report then. Go for it. Let's hurry, gang. Van and company got into their own car and soon started following the signal shown on the Zypha. Soon after, the transmitter stopped and they arrived at the last place they could trace its signal. Is this gonna be like the underground or something? No. Where is this at? An alley. Okay, it is underground. So they've gone underground. It's quite the ideal place for any illicit activities if going undetected is your goal. Let's get after them, or we're gonna lose them. Right. Alright, enter the underground ruins? Yeah. So these are the ruins where we first started out at. I was worried this might happen. The tracker's so old that its signal is too weak to accurately follow underground like this. Should we split up and see if we can find them? Please wait one moment. The transmitter's orbital waves are faint, but it is possible to detect them. Man, with Rosette's technological wizardry. So if I use Marduk's search software, I should be able to pinpoint the transmitter's rough location. You can really do that? Well, it worked. The transmitter is currently north of us and moving farther into the ruins. You really did it! That's amazing! You're really earning your keep, huh? Let's get moving. Right. And I mean, there's really no... Unless the monsters here... I'm sure they haven't changed. Yeah, these are the exact... Yeah, we're one and doneing them. So there is genuinely no reason... Yeah, there's no reason to fight these things. Well... Okay. Yeah, 1 experience point. But those Sepithiodes are still not nothing. But we're not interested in any of that. I'm actually... This is very interesting. So far, Daybreak has had... I wouldn't say they're the most memorable. And it might also be to do... It might also have to do a lot with, like, the modern game design to them. Because even back as recently as Trails of Cold Steel 3... There was still some, well, no. I just wasn't really familiar with it back then. That one request that I failed that I wouldn't have if I'd known that the map would literally just show us where to go. So I'll say the old era, or what is it? I'm not sure how fans refer to them, but basically the games from Azure on back. Those games had some really, I prefer the Daybreak ones, let's just say that. So the other ones weren't bad, but if you give me like the option between a Daybreak request and a Trails from Zero request, I'm picking Daybreak. Right. 1 fight left to go. We will be putting the hurt on some civilians, but it's all good. This is one of Giacomo's old hideouts. Huh. There's a funny coincidence. Anyway, we ain't got time to waste. We're going in. Several minutes before... You son of a bitch! What are we even doing here? You can shove your divine punishment up your ass. Oh, Adios, please forgive me for my sins. The purification ritual for the ceremony is now complete. Now I shall summon a servant of the goddess to deliver your punishment. What? What is the point of this? Oh, one of her 6 hands, bless us with your presence. What? That's no servant of the goddess, that's a monster. I can't believe it. He's about to kill you. I will admit that as much as I tried to make this seem like a legitimate church, this part straddles a line of believability. Unfortunately, this is the only powerful monster the artifact is capable of summoning, so I fear it will have to do. It's a little nightmare to control, but I'll have you know, it refuses to do what I tell it to unless it gets fed in a timely manner. What is the meaning of this? Have you been deceiving us, Father? Not at all. I never expected anyone to really believe my lies. You just happen to be gullible enough to do so. Besides, when I said I would send you to meet your maker, I very much meant it. That is exactly where you will be going. I can't believe it! Is this the end for us? Right, they didn't really do anything, but all they really did was spot this for what it is. Is an apology what you want? I'll apologize all you want, so please. I'm sorry, Stefan. I'm sorry, dear. Forgive me for my stupidity. Good job outing yourself, you shady bastard. Why does he want to control this thing? I sure didn't expect you to have an artifact, though. Where did you get your hands on that thing? Yeah, we were just talking about the Septian Church, actually, and how shady they were. Who are you? Wait, so he knows? Well, that's not Carson. No, I know you. You were at the ceremony earlier. You got us. We're Arkwright Solutions, and the son of one of these fine gents asked us to come investigate you. You're looking at me. Then Stefan sent you? Indeed. He wanted to know if you were safe and nothing more. However, now that we know you are in danger, we cannot turn a blind eye. Move behind us, everyone. Right! You should also know that we recorded what you said earlier. I was disgusted by what I heard too. You talk of good deeds and yet it's all just a scheme to make you money. If that wasn't bad enough, now you're treating their lives like playthings. What are you even trying to do? Right, what is his end goal here with this weak monster that anyone in the guild will be able to destroy? You just said it yourself. All I care about is getting rich. All I had to do was dream up a plausible sounding church and flex my acting chops a little, and the mirror just flowed right in. Well, hey, if you are completely unscrupulous, yeah, that's a pretty fast way to some cash flow. I stumbled on this, or even so, like he's got the oldest script in the book. I stumbled on this artifact by complete coincidence, but it lets me get rid of anyone who stands in my way, so I'm more than happy to keep using it. So basically, anybody who asks too many questions, I can't picture a better enterprise than this one. Maybe it is partly true that people shouldn't have fallen for your lies, and wanting to earn money isn't a bad thing in itself. But you're abusing the goddess's name, and your way of earning is just so shameless and scummy that you don't deserve to get away with it. Well, you're free to think whatever you want, because you'll be carrying those feelings to the grave in a few minutes. Go forth, divine messenger! You will be punishing them first! Come on, we're taking him down! Alright. So we got this in the friggin' bag. La Forte. She'll...
A chance for a shard boost.
Well, Acid Cloud. And she can... La Crest. Just in case this thing turns out to be a little tougher than we imagined. That wasn't anything too crazy. Alright, so there's the La Forte down. Yeah, sure, Vandalize Raid, why not? Ooh, I should have had Rosette do it. I did not check Van's CP totals first. Earthquaker, we know that skill very well. She'll just keep on with this. And you need to Aura Breath.
Initializing drive.
Okay, so we've got a Boost Plus coming up. One of these. There we go. Earthquaker again. And then depending on how much HP this thing has left. Yeah, we should just have her go in. With a double tap of this. Gotcha. And hers is so... It must be arts based. Well, let's have her drop the Flaming Prayer. To go ahead and get some CP regen going. Concentrated Ink. We resist that though, nice. Okay, you're close. Yeah, you're closest. Good. Ooh, and the stun. She's got nothing. So we'll keep our La Forte live. And let's go ahead and get to wrecking them. It's not the most... Okay, it's not the most CP regen ever, but it's better than... Was that? Okay, so this thing can death blow us. That's good to know. She has a Thalos for this situation specifically.
You saved me.
Yeah. Panic tentacles.
I'll take you on.
She'll... Well, I guess we have to Aura Breath.
A chance.
Alright. 189?
There we go.
Well, this is gonna be a lot of friggin' damage.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
And then one more.
Thanks, pal.
Sincere thanks.
So we'll leave the Aethalis thing to reset.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Should we? Yeah. Alright, and now as long as we don't get death blowed again. Concentrated ink, which shouldn't... Okay, cool. There we go. We're back in this now. Tiny bit of damage, that's all good.
Have some more.
And then from here, Basic Attack Madness will really carry us through this. Just a bit more. Come on.
Hit him fast, Barry.
Just die. Alright. Ooh, plenty of XP too. Well, no! Are you alright, Father? Yes, I'm fine. I just never imagined that my pet would be defeated. Whew. Now we can finally talk for real. That thing was tough, but now you've lost, and it's time for you to admit it and let everyone go. Never! As long as I have this flute, I will never lose! Get back up! You still haven't wiped the floor with them for me! It's probably gonna eat him, huh? What was that sound? Was it from the ceiling or the flute? I think it was both. That's bad. They're both at their limit. If he blows the flute again, it's gonna break and the monster's gonna go berserk. Which is gonna make the crack in the ceiling even bigger, and that'll bring the entire thing down. Should I finish off the monster before that can happen? Or try and warn our con man priest, even if he's probably not gonna listen? So, kill the monster, I think, is the chaos. So, I think, so far, it should be the lock choice on top and the chaos choice on the bottom with the neutral choice in the middle. I didn't realize that before, but that seems fairly consistent at this stage, and we want to be chaotic. So, F him. I've got no time to stress over this. I'm just gonna have to finish the monster. No, you don't! He did it anyways. No! How could this happen? Ah! No! He dipped! Well, how does it still have this much strength left? It's more formidable than I thought. We're short on time here. What do you mean? Get the other guys out of the room. I'll handle the monster on my own. Understood. Then please be careful. Here I go. I hope this works. Wait, what? Alright, well. We might as well. We have to do this by ourselves. Let's get some boosting going then. Yeah. Concentrated ink again.
You'll pay for that.
So this is actually a bit more than I bargained for.
A chance.
Alright, so that's the 200. And we obviously can't let that be squandered.
Time for the main event.
Well, it's a good thing we went ahead and got our... Whoa! Okay, I was fretting for nothing. Insta-got. Not as much free experience for Van, but that's fine. Whew. That was a close one. I don't think this ceiling will hold much longer either way, though, so I'd still better hurry on out of here. I can't believe this is happening. I was supposed to be invincible as long as I had that flute. Almost forgot about you. Fine, I'll drag you out of here too. So are we not going to come back here again then? Yep, looks like that's it for that. Whew, not a moment too soon, huh? I had no idea that the ceiling was about to collapse. I'm amazed you realized, Van. More than anything, I'm just glad that everyone's all right. I couldn't agree more. Regardless, we're going to need to take this con man in robes into custody. Should we hand him over to the police when we get back to the surface? This seems a bit much for us to handle on our own. Yeah, I think that's the best plan. As for you, we got somewhere else to take you. Oh, does that mean... Yeah, his only crime was being super friggin' gullible. I'm so glad you're okay, Dad. You look like you've lost a bit of weight since I last saw you, though. Maybe I did. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for worrying you, son. I was just so desperate to get our family back together. The church gave me hope that I might, and I foolishly clung to it. After everything, I was led astray again. I'm so ashamed. I still have work to do to be the man I want to be. If anything, it's good to see you being so honest with yourself. Don't worry, I'll be here to support you through it all, Dad. We'll improve together, no matter how long it takes. Oh, Stefan, thank you. It's so nice seeing a happy ending. Though realistically, all the taking their leader in to do would just strengthen the belief of the remaining cultists, but I'm sure that won't come back to bite us. I really can't thank you enough. Nor can I. I shudder to think what could have happened if you hadn't come in to help when you did. Thank you so much. Don't mention it. Just doing my job. The guru and his accomplices have been arrested. I'm certain it's only a matter of time before the police dismantles the church itself. And the police said they would help with the care of anyone feeling the shock of the events that just happened. Well, that's nice of them. Now you can do your best not to cause any more trouble. Oh, of course. You've got my word on that. Well, I think it's about time we let you get back to work. Once more, thank you, and take care. Sure, same to you.
Mission accomplished. Great job, you guys.
Yes. 4,500. And wait, law? Well, I guess doing this at all pushed us to law, but still. All right, and instead of launching directly into the next one, we're actually going to do something that I am very curious about. We didn't get a chance, or we did get an opportunity to do it last time and I opted not to, but Van's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. Cinema Esprit. Oh, wonder what she's here to watch. Wolves Requiem? Hey there, not used to seeing you here. Oh, it's you, Van. I'm not here to watch any movies. I was just passing through after receiving a nearby assignment. That explains it. For a sec, I thought you were slacking off and sneaking in a showing. Just because you have that sort of time on your hands doesn't mean we all do. I happen to be as busy as ever. Hey, I'm plenty busy too, you know. I'm just taking a short break. Anyway, which movie caught your attention? Curious what Beauty's Blade is into these. Sorry, I can't talk anymore. I have to get back to work. Hey, I was just asking. The Mishy everyone loves is hitting the big screen. Mishy and Boots coming to theaters this November. Ah, okay. So, just the same way Van loves sweets, and the same way that Laura loved cute things, Elaine also loves cute things. Well, that explains it. Can't say I'm shocked she's a little bashful about it. Nothing wrong with liking Mishy, though. I've got an idea. Are we gonna get, like, the brochure for her? Sometime later. Hey again. Wow, we've met twice in one day. What are the chances? You're playing it off like it's a coincidence, but I suspect this was very much deliberate. I could arrest you for stalking, you know. Don't be like that. I just wanted to give something to you. Here you go. Is this a Mishy plush? A really bite-sized one. Yep, this thing's merch for the Mishy and Boots movie that's coming next month. You can only get it in theaters for a limited time. You have no idea how long I had to wait in line for it. Why did you go out of your way to do that for me? Why indeed? Well, I figured you wanted one because you looked like you were dying to see it. I don't want to see it that much, but she's not denying that she wants to see it, which is good. But even if I did, that doesn't mean you had to get this for me. Well, that wasn't the only reason. I just happened to remember about that promise I broke all those years ago. I know giving you this thing won't fully make up for it. You aren't wrong. Also, did you just refer to Mishy as this thing? Rude. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, catch you later. Promise that he broke. The history between these two. We're actually about to see it? Alright, well. So there's a theme park in Crossbill called Michelin Wonderland. Well, that's new. And this is its mascot. We're back. What are you reading there? It looks like it's some news from Crossbill. Anyway, what's this cat-looking thing? Mishy? It looks ugly as hell. Don't tell me you like that thing. I'm allowed to like whatever I want. I'm sorry my tastes aren't up to your standards. It's always good to see you two getting along so well. Crossbill is only one station away on the Transcontinental Railroad. Why don't you take a part-time job so you can take her next year? Don't push me into it! So, what are you thinking? If you really want to go, Really? You'd take me? I mean, if you'd really like to take me that badly, I suppose I can come along. You just can't be cute, can ya? You're one to talk, Mr. Dark and Brooding. Thank you, Van. I can hardly wait to go. Aww. These two are adorable. Does he have any idea how many years it's been since then? I would say probably about, well, at this stage, they're 24. It's probably been about 8 years. Still, I'm happy he remembered. These two, oh my gosh. Afterwards, Van reunited with the others and got back to work. That is so cute.
You've always been stubborn as a mule. Although I suppose that's reassuring in its own way.
Dude, I love these two so much. But, okay. And next up is Satan District, but give me 1 sec. We now find ourselves in Sidon with... This guy was also, yeah, so many shady people under the bridges. Yo, we got a request from a Rumsfeld. You the guy? I'm the Spriggan from Arkwright Solutions. Ah, yes, thank you. It's good to put a face to the name. Your request entailed rescuing a young lady? Yes, let's get right to it. I haven't much time. The lady in question is Berzelia, daughter of the CEO of the Bank of Edith. Sounds like a Tales of game. My name is Rumsfeld, and I serve as the young Mrs. Butler and bodyguard. Oh, wow! That's one of the biggest financial institutions in Calvard. They have a watertight reputation from what I hear. They do everything by the book. That's the exact kind of reputation you want your bank to have. Wow, that's impressive. So she's really rich? I'm sure she's got Mira beyond the concept of rich, beyond the concept of wealth. Okay, so what's the situation? Right, it brings me shame to admit, but she's been kidnapped. Okay, well that is the sort of thing that tends to happen to the banker's daughters, so that's not surprising. We don't know who the perpetrator might be. It only just happened last night. As her caretaker, I'm just... Yeah, that's serious. And why are they coming to us rather than the Bracer Guild? I feel like we're asking that more and more. And because this seems like the sort of thing that the Bracer Guild would be all over. And it's not like they close or any... Well, we've gone to the Bracer Guild late at night. I'm sure somebody is always staffing it. Though Liberal, they did seem to do one-man operations at the counter very often, but I was worried that's what it was. Sounds pretty dire. Did the kidnapper make any demands? What other information do we have to go on? Well, the young miss is a semi-permanent resident here at the hotel penthouse, you see. Her father arranged it for her, hoping it would let her live more on her own terms than if she were at his home. But last night, the young miss slipped away for a night to herself, and she failed to return. Wait, how do we know she was kidnapped, though? This morning, we found a ransom note delivered to the hotel, written for the president. Okay, that's how. We have your daughter, 10 million mira in cash. But if they mark the bills, then you're SOL. Bring the money to the exchange point. Bring police or bracers and we kill her. And that's why there's no bracers involved. Indeed. Some individual or group has captured her. The culprit also sent the mobile terminal Brasilia has been using. They're meticulous to a terrifying degree. That's why I turned to you. We need your help to investigate these villains. And they sent her Zypha back because I'm sure we could triangulate her position with how advanced Zyphas are. We'd also like you to accompany her father to the exchange point. Oh, I getcha. They said no police or bracers, but maybe they'll count a Spriggan as an exception. That really does violate the spirit of the exclusion, but you know, whatever. Okay, we all right taking this on now? We sure are, let's get it. And this'll up our law even more. We're on the case. Thank you ever so much. I knew I could count on you. So first off, can we talk to the dad? Where is he? Well, the CEO, her father rather, is often busy with his work. He's currently overseeing a project to bring orbital network coverage to rural areas in Calvard. As this involves traveling to said areas, he has no network signal out there. We've been unable to contact him, so he doesn't even know that his daughter's in danger at the moment. Yeah, that's a problem. If he doesn't have any signal, we straight up can't call him, right? Yeesh, talk about bad timing. So that pretty much puts him out of the question. We gotta do this on our own, sounds like. Seems like Van's gonna have to pretend to be her, Van's 24. I'm sure if his daughter is old enough to live on her own, well, you know how they get down in, well, this is Calvard and not Japan, but you can live alone pretty young there for some. I really can't wrap my head around how that works, but I did observe some strange behavior that might be relevant to the case. Lately, Brasilia has been refusing her bodyguard's company when she goes out. She frequents the Tyrell district on those days. I see. And that's where the movie theater is at, right? We would keep a watch on her from a distance when she would go there. And we found that she had befriended this young man who, pardon my judgment, but he has the air of a ruffian about him. Huh. Could he have roped Brasilia into something shady? Well, in spite of it, their interactions were surprisingly cordial. The young man would buy her ice cream, take her to movies. By all accounts, they were simple friends. We had thought she was in good hands and that we could give her space, but evidently not. I see. That makes me curious about the young man's background. Same. Let's get to work. First up, Tyrell. Oh, do we have some time before they want the ransom money? We do have time. By all means, take whatever time you need to investigate. Seems pretty lax. The criminals specified Dirk Memorial Park as the exchange point. I will await you at the park's entrance. Once you've completed your investigation, please rendezvous with me. Sounds like a plan. Oh, he gets a special sayonara? All right, well. Oh, we're probably gonna... All right, gang, let's get out there and start digging for clues. Let's hit up that ice cream vendor first, see what they have to say. Understood. I'll keep tabs on the time we have left until the handover.
Commencing mission.
Why didn't Rosette get a portrait right there? Well, it doesn't really matter. But, okay. We will hit up Tyrell, or... Well, let's start at the Tyrell Times. Okay, I'm not super sure where everything is in relation to everything else. Okay, so we're not too far from it. But we do have to do our usual hit-ups. Whoa, a side event! One that we can't avoid, actually. So, and that's Nina Fenley? Alright, well. Oh, and that must be Lafarrell or Lazarel? I've already forgotten that dude's name. It was something insane. Oh, it looks like the movie theater changed its banners. Hey, you're right! They were for Golden Blood before, but now they're showing Wolves Requiem. Wow, if I were Judith, I'd feel some kind of way about that. Could that be as a result of the awards at the Tharbad Film Festival? Yeah, winning a whole bunch of awards does tend to make this sort of thing happen, the re-releases. That's what I'd put my money on. It's been like that with other film festivals too. Whatever movie takes the top prize always sees a big jump in moviegoers. Everybody wants to get on the action. Plus, for as popular as Golden Blood has been, its box office earnings were starting to taper off anyway. Van is keeping track of that sort of thing? That's next level movie buffdom. So it makes sense they'd switch out the banners now to promote the latest hot thing. That's true. I've been seeing all kinds of things leaning in that direction lately, not just movie theaters. It feels like every magazine lately is publishing interviews and specials about Nina. I'm still I don't want to let go of my I don't want to let go of my idea that Nina's not on the up and up, even though everything points to the contrary. At this point, she must be getting as much media exposure as Judith. Part of that's probably her agency striking while the iron's hot and getting her out there, you gotta figure. Especially while Judith's got tabloids like Buzz Raider going to town on her, writing pretty much whatever they please. Whatever indeed. I saw a headline recently that claimed she was brooding after she lost the award for Best Actress to Nina. And we were there. She was a really good sport about it, actually. Really? I don't think she'd be like that if you ask me. Exactly. If anything, I imagine it would light a fire in her to work even harder. Hell, I've seen those rags claim she's even got herself a boyfriend these days. What? She does? I guess that is the sort of thing the tabloids would worry about, but I feel like a celebrity having a boyfriend is a lot different than like an idol having one. These are tabloids we're talking about here. What do you think? Doesn't matter if what they publish is real or total bullshit. As long as it makes them money, that's what counts. So don't go taking them at their word. Though I gotta say, a certain someone seems awful invested in the woman's love life, making fun of Agnes. I'm not sure invested is the right word for it. It's just a little surprising to hear that out of nowhere. But you're right, it's good to be cautious with those. Yeah, Agnes was like, hold on, she's not muscling in on my territory, is she? But I like Agnes, but she lost this fight long before it ever even started, dude. Where's okay.
How about some popcorn, huh? Hey there.
As long I don't want any of this old and busted caramel corn. We need some new hotness in our palates.
Hello.
What's playing right now? Can we actually watch one of these? I haven't seen Midnight Memories.
If you have a ticket, please.
Oh, we don't. You know how insane that is? To be like, all right, Fairy, let's go ahead and watch Perfect Driver 2. Agnes Rosette? Bye. You know, that's so crazy. Let's bust Aaron out. Don't know. Oh, we can invite more people. Okay. Tickets for midnight. We can only do 3 though. I guess Van's not made of money. 600 Mira. Van decided to let everyone loose so we could watch a movie during his work break. After inviting some company to tag along with him, they made their way to the theater. We saw a movie with Agnes and Fairy, so... I can't believe we're doing this during the middle of the friggin' day. 3 high schoolers sneak into an old mansion, looking to use it as the setting for their independent horror film. Lance is the star actor, Joshua is the cameraman, and Emily is the screenwriter. Wait, what? Midnight Memories? Interesting. Are we sure this isn't the Midnight Memories project? Each dutifully fulfills their role and the filming progresses without incident. However, a strange phenomenon occurs as they begin shooting the final scenes. As long as there's no corners anywhere, we'll be good to go.
For real? Is it just me, or has the lighting been acting up for a bit?
Has it? I don't know. It was working fine this morning. Whoa! The lights went out.
Hey, come on! I can't see a thing! Get those lights back!
Well,
Lance?
He had his...
Huh? Emily? Is that you? Blood? Hey, Emily! Something happened to
Don't play with me, Joshua.
They friggin' got me. That's crazy. I didn't think this game would be able to pull off a real jump scare. That's awesome. But I do like scary movies quite a lot. You know, at first I thought this was just gonna be some low-budget B-grade schlock. But that was actually pretty damn entertaining. Emily's face when she got all possessed was messed up. Yeah, that scene was definitely a shocker. They liked it too, see? Tell me something, Aaron. If someone you knew wound up like her, what would you do? I'd try to save them. But if that wouldn't work, then I'd put them out of their misery. It'd suck, but it'd be the best thing for them. Better than letting them suffer. That's about what I figured you'd say, yeah. Can't say I'm terribly surprised. Well, sorry I'm so predictable, I guess. What do you want? That was very entertaining. I've never seen a horror film before this. Well, that's not... She is 20 years old, so that's not too crazy, I guess. I can understand now why someone would go out of their way to subject themselves to such fear. I imagine it becomes addicting. And actually, I'm forgetting the fact that movies have only been around... she was like a teenager before movies became a thing, so... You seem to handle that movie like a trooper, though. Not that I expected anything else from the likes of you. Perhaps, but I certainly still felt my heart race as I was watching it. Perhaps next time I watch such a film, I'll do so at night. I'm sure that must add to the ambiance. Hey, looks like they're selling commemorative brochures for this movie. Maybe I should pick one up as a souvenir. Yeah, I've already missed out on a ton of these. I'm sure, especially if we can watch movies during the day. We've been able to do that all this time. And someone already warned me about that. Having finished their break, Van and his crew resumed their work. Yeah, we went... Oh, I didn't even consider that we would get connection level for this. Well, now Agnes and Fairy's sitting out in the lobby the whole time. They get to go ahead and rejoin us. Food and drink. And it probably won't let us watch another one, will it? Yeah, no way do I have time to catch another movie. And we were trying to help somebody who was getting blackmailed, so extorted. That's the word I was looking for. So it was highly irresponsible of us to watch a movie during that, but it'll be all right. Proverbs of Color.
I
So
hope to see you again.
they've got nothing new. We got 2 more shops to check out before... What is she doing? Sister Philia. Well, good luck to her.
Please step on up.
Give us something new.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. We await your next visit.
Nah, I'm not coming back here. At least not for the rest of this chapter.
Good grief.
And so much smoking. Or actually, is that everything? No, this shop that's way over here I still haven't checked out yet. And then we'll be able to keep it moving steadily along.
Do you know what you want? I hope
We've already had everything here. There's nothing to want. Alright, so now let's actually go do what we came here to have accomplished. One of these. Oh, another shop.
Hello.
Who's not selling
Thanks for
anything.
shopping.
Alright, well, whatever. Hi there. I'm a private investigator working on a case with my assistants here. We're looking into a couple of people for one of our clients at the moment. Have you had a rich-looking girl stop by your stall by any chance? She would have had a young guy with her, something of a delinquent. Oh, yes, I know exactly who you must be talking about. Imagine being the delinquent dude in this scenario. Like, how would that make you feel to be like, what's wrong with the way I look? They looked like the oddest pair together, so they stuck out like a sore thumb. That's great. Could you tell us more about them? Do you remember what they were talking about? What was your impression of them? Let me think. For two people who seemed about as different as you could get, they were getting along unusually well, like they were pretty good friends. The guy looked like a bit of a rough character, but he was telling her all kinds of things about the Tyrell district. As for the girl, she seemed pretty worried about her relationship with her dad. He was being pretty sweet and trying to give her advice from what I could hear. That's interesting. So she was talking about her family. Judging by what Rumsfeld told us, it definitely sounded like she and her father weren't all that close. But judging by the fact that he let her live on her own, let her live on her own, yeah. Maybe that's been bothering her. Could you tell us a bit more about the guy? Anything that stuck out about him? Every little detail helps. He didn't seem all that remarkable to me, so it's hard to know what to say. We're talking to somebody who doesn't have a perfect memory of random customers? That's a first. But he did seem surprisingly naive for a guy who otherwise looked like a troublemaker, I can tell you that much. I think I also heard him mention that his mom runs a general store over in Old Town. Wait, is it that dude who was part of that gang? Did you say general store? Of all people it could have been, it had to have been him, huh? Wild. What do you mean, Mr. Arkwright? Is that to say you might know the identity of the young man in question? Yeah, you could say that. Think about it. Old Town, general store, deadbeat son. There's only one guy I can think of who ticks all the boxes. I'm talking about Eddie, the son of the lady who runs Newberry General Store. Oh, now I get it. You must be right. I've heard rumors before that he likes to go out partying at night. We still don't know how the hell a guy like him wound up meeting such a rich girl, though. There's gotta be more to this story still. We need to find more info. If you're looking for someone else to talk to, why don't you try Macmillan Cafe? This place would have taken us on a tour of the place anyways. I didn't have to run around beforehand. I've seen the two of them talking out in the terrace before a handful of times. Someone there might know something. I see. Thank you for the information. We'll be sure to look into it. So, Eddie's in on this. Actually, Eddie's gang might have been the one. Okay, I think I see how this cookie is crumbling. Oh, okay.
Did you know?
Is that? It is them. Odette, Julian, Sheenon. Oh, hi there, everyone. Hey, Agnes, you on the clock right now? I hope your boss is looking out for you. She can handle herself just fine without me babysitting. Anyway, what are you kids up to? We were just talking about next week's school event. Julian's an exchange student, so we wanted to answer any questions you might have about it. Really? Looking at him, I'm going to guess that, well, Julian is probably from Liberal. Falcom does like doing a little bit of covert advertising to get you interested in the setting of the next game. And technically the next game series for this, well, because in Japan, they're already on like game 3 of the Daybreak series, but I'm still going to say Julian's from Liberal. We're also going over the merits of each plan as well as their budgetary needs. Everything's still up in the air though. We haven't exactly settled on anything yet. Whoops. Why am I not surprised? Not that I'm in any position to criticize. Well, at least you all seem to be enjoying yourselves.
The next generation.
For sure. Chances like this don't come around often, so we're taking our time.
Driver 2.
So, well, Perfect Driver 2, and this is Giselle. She's got a pretty unique character design. I don't think we've seen anyone who looks like her walking around, but I haven't been paying too close attention to the NPCs, so... Hi there, I'm a private investigator working on a case with my assistants here. We're looking into a couple of people for one of our clients at the moment. You see any young rich girls hanging out with a rough around the edges guy around here recently? Doesn't have to be a big lead or nothing. Whatever you know, we'd appreciate if you shared it with us. Oh, a private investigator, huh? That's a neat job you have. You wouldn't happen to be that famous Spriggan everyone likes to talk about in these parts, would you? Whoa, clocked us instantly. Spriggan? Sorry, I've got no idea what you're talking about. Not to be rude, but we're pressed for time. We know those two have been to this cafe and we're looking to find someone who can tell us more. Sorry if I offended you, it's just not every day I get to talk to people like you. Anyway, I definitely know who you're talking about. I've seen those two people sitting at that table over there a lot lately. They get up to some pretty interesting conversations. I know it's rude, but I can't help but listen in on them, you know? Maybe ask what they've discussed in those conversations? Well, earlier the girl was asking him all sorts of things about kidnapping. Wait, what? So okay. So, she engineered this to get her dad's attention. And then Eddie's gang was the perfect vector by which to do so. But her dad's not even in town, and him not responding is only really gonna prove to her the fact that he doesn't, well, he's not in town, so she's gonna think that he doesn't love her, but I'm sure he'll freak out at the end. Like, what sort of cases have there been before? What goes into kidnapping someone? Stuff like that. He had this serious expression on his face, but she looked happy and excited for some reason. If only she'd thought to ask me. I'm an expert in that sort of thing. I could have told her everything she wanted to know and then some. Oh, what kind of book is she reading? This woman appears to have some very peculiar interests. She's probably a big fan of Dorothy's books. That's so weird. Why would she want to talk about kidnapping? She must have had some sort of reason. Wait, could it have something to do with this case? Yeah, although we still don't have enough proof yet to be sure. I don't know what you guys are going on about, but it sounds like you were able to figure something out. Glad I was able to help. Oh, one more thing. That guy seems to run with a pretty tough crowd. You'd better be careful if you're going to keep investigating him. Huh? What sort of people are you talking about? From what I overheard, he belongs to Desire. Yup, that gang. They're a nasty gang. Fighting, stealing, blackmailing, you name it, they've done it and more. Those people aren't above doing anything. Whatever it takes to get what they want, they'll do it without blinking an eye. I don't think that guy understands what he's gotten himself into. He seems to believe they have more honors and morals than they really do. The girl didn't seem to know any better either, and just went along with what he had to say. We've talked to him before in the past. His name's Eddie, and that was more or less the impression he gave me, yeah. That makes me think they might just be using him for all he's worth if his outlook toward them is that rosy. That's what I wanted to warn you about. It's not him you need to be concerned about. It's the people he works with that could be a problem. Right. It's entirely possible Eddie's being put up to something without realizing it. Thanks for the tip. You've given us a lot to work with. Now that we know all of that, where should we go next? I think we've got a good handle of what's probably going on here. Now we just need to confirm our findings and go from there. For now, we should figure out what's been going on with Eddie. Time to take a trip to Newberry and Old Town. So, Old Town, and we can go right there. All right.
To the objective.
No wandering around aimlessly this time.
Oh. Why, hello.
Hello to you too. Hey Brenda, I'm dropping by because of a job. I wanted to ask about your son. Mind telling us what your kid's been up to lately? Oh, adios, should I be worried? Did that boy of mine do something? No, nothing to be alarmed about. We're looking into something and we thought to ask him a few questions. How has he been doing lately? Feel free to go into as much detail as you can, please. Yeah, this wouldn't make me suspicious. That's a relief, or as much as can be, really. I get no end of stress when it comes to that boy. As for how he's been lately, something does come to mind. He usually doesn't have a single mirror to his name and will constantly demand I lend him some, which is, yeah, we saw him accosting his mom for money earlier. But he looks like he's doing well lately. Actually, he even said he'd finally pay me back all he owed. That's good news, isn't it? You don't sound excited. I know for a fact that boy doesn't have a job, not even a part-time one. The money he's been getting is coming from that gang he's a part of. And if that's not enough, they said they might promote him if he did good with his current job, if you can believe it. I think he mentioned it having to do with helping this girl he'd met, but I didn't really get it. The plot thickens. Must be some big shit he's up to if they're offering him authority. There's also the matter of the girl in question. At this point, I believe we can more or less piece together what his task entails. Oh, so she wasn't in on it? So Eddie's really up to something dangerous, isn't he? That stupid son of mine! Could you please lend him a hand? Despite everything, I'm still his mother and would hate to see him hurt. Don't even need to ask. Neighbors gotta look out for each other. Alright, so are we gonna go bust up some Desire heads? I'm glad we're finally done talking to Brenda. That was a lot. We have everything we need to report back to Mr. Rumsfeld now, don't we? Correct. Considering when the two sides are supposed to meet, the timing couldn't be better. Which means we're heading over to Dork Memorial Park next. We'll take the time to go through all the info we gathered and come up with an action plan. Sounds good to me! And let's make sure we save just in case they do actually end up asking us some questions. So now Dirk.
Off we go!
We probably could go through here and grind if we were so inclined, but we're not so inclined. Oh, it's so good to see you all! I gather your investigation into the culprit is finished, yes? Would you please inform me of what you found? Sure, we've more or less figured out what led to all of this. It's gonna take some time explaining, so we'll go one step at a time. First thing you should know is your girl's been hanging out with a local punk named Eddie. He's part of a gang known as Desire, though he hasn't really fit in with them much until now. Desire? I've heard of that group. People say they're so ruthless and cunning, even the police closely monitor their movements. It's true, yet despite all that, it seems that Eddie's been making a fair bit of money lately. In fact, it started happening right when he and Brasilia first met. We have reason to believe these two facts are connected to each other. I think I understand what you're trying to say. Essentially, you believe that this Eddie fellow was receiving payment in exchange for befriending my lady? Yeah, something like that. Considering who he hangs with, it makes sense that Desire will put him up to this. Although it's possible that the money might actually come directly from Brasilia herself. I see. To that end, we've uncovered evidence that appears to tie all of this together. According to his mother, Eddie said something rather peculiar to her. Namely, that if his so-called current assignment went well, he could be promoted to the gang's upper leadership. Yeah, if you make them a whole boatloads of Mira, of course they'd want you around up higher. Considering the timing of this statement, it feels all but certain that this assignment in question must refer to the kidnapping and ransom. I see. I believe I understand the situation now. Basically, it was Eddie who committed the kidnapping, while Desire was the organization that masterminded it, correct? Yeah, but that's not all. This is where things get crazy. It looks like Brasilia herself was in on the plan too. Okay, so I was right about that part. She was? It checks out the more you think about it. Long story short, this whole thing is a ploy to get her father's attention. A fake kidnapping conceived by Brasilia with the help of Desire. It's not completely wrong, but there's more to this case than that alone. Oh, it's both? Well, the truth of the matter is, this kidnapping is both real and staged at the same time. I will admit I had the faintest suspicion deep down that may indeed be the case. Then let me rephrase my earlier assessment. In essence, my lady initially devised the kidnapping to be staged. Oh, and then it became a real kidnapping once they realized the giant payout. However, now that Desire is involved, they're now attempting to turn it into an actual one with genuine stakes. Yes? Bingo. They're only pretending to help her with her plan. But in reality, they're after a much bigger payday. Knowing how evil these guys are, I definitely wouldn't put it past them to try something like this. If only I had paid greater heed to my lady's loneliness. Well, you're not her dad. And perhaps she wouldn't have felt the need to go to such extreme lengths. I'm so sorry. I can only imagine how you must feel right now. It is what it is. We can't take back what's already happened. I think more than anything, she's trying to test her old man to see if he'll choose her over his work. Moving along, I believe the main question now is how to go about addressing the ransom itself. Let's get in there and bust some heads. You do not have to respond to their demands. We can attempt to ambush them instead if you prefer, which is the chaos option, which is what we want. No, that's quite all right. My lady's safety is absolutely paramount. As much as I would prefer to avoid doing so, I'm fully willing to offer the money if that's what it takes. Are you sure? 10 million mira is a massive amount, even for the president of a bank. Indeed it is. Nevertheless, I am prepared to take full responsibility for such a loss. I'm certain that if my master were here, he would come to the same decision without a doubt. As you wish. Alright, then we'll play things straight with them. But keep in mind, we're talking about a gang that had the guts to pull something like this in the first place. I don't think it's realistic to expect these goons to be on the up and up when it comes time to make the exchange. Best we stay flexible and see how they act. Depending on how it all goes down, we may need to shift gears. If we do, we still might be able to get the girl back without you having to fork over any mira. No promises, but we'll see. I appreciate the consideration. It's clear how professional and thorough you all are. Regardless, we still have some time remaining before our meeting with my lady's captors is set to commence. Shall we wait here until it's time to depart for the rendezvous point? Let me give it some thought. Let's back out and get that additional SP really quickly. Alright, now we can stay and wait. Might as well. We're all set on our end. Actually, before we go, I doubt those goons would take too kindly to all of us rolling up at once. We should keep the number of people who meet with them to a minimum. You okay if it's only me who tags along? Certainly. That sounds like a wise suggestion. If I may make a suggestion, Mr. Arkwright, why don't you pretend to be my subordinate? Never thought I'd be an under-butler. Works for me. In that case, the rest of us will remain close by so we can quickly move in, should you require our assistance. That sounds like a plan. Be careful, you two. Good luck, guys. You've got this. Thanks, guys. Stay sharp in case things go south. Alright. Several minutes later, Van and Rumsfeld arrived at the location designated for the ransom delivery. With only moments to spare, the two came prepared, hauling an attaché case filled with mira. Whoa, who's that out in front? Is he the leader? There you are, Jeffrey. Alright, Jeffrey. Okay, and she is a little kid. Wait, she's just a little kid? Or, I don't know, maybe when she stands up, it'll be clear if she's like a teenager or like Fairy's age. Rumsfeld, you came! Oh, my lady, I'm so relieved you're all right. Whoa, now, let's not count our chickens before they've hatched. We specifically asked for the girl's pops to come do the trade-off, but I don't see him anywhere. What's the deal? Don't tell me he's the guy next to you. I find that a little hard to swallow. No, the master is currently away on business in a remote region. We, as her bodyguards, have been dispatched in his stead. Sorry I'm not the guy you're looking for. Hopefully Eddie keeps his friggin' mouth shut. But don't worry, we still made sure to bring what you're really after. We got 10 million mira right here. Should be enough to satisfy, yeah? It's good enough. You did the bare minimum you were expected to, at least. It sucks to be you, though, hey, girlie? His own daughter gets nabbed and your old man just throws some cash at the problem. Can't even be bothered to show his face. Don't you think it's a little suspicious he's at work? Maybe he decided to ditch you and hang out with his girl toy instead. My father would never do any such thing! But I suppose perhaps that he doesn't love me after all, if even this failed to sway him. Aw, I feel so bad for her. Berzelia, you don't get to feel bad for her. My lady, you have nothing to fear. It's true the master is ill-mannered at times, but there's nobody in all of Zemuria who loves you more than he. If you don't mind, I have a message I'd like for you to hear. Perhaps it will demonstrate how he truly feels. Is that my mobile terminal? What's it doing here? The master sent a recording to this device yesterday. Please have a listen. Is this thing on? Am I being recorded? First, I should explain that I have to take off this morning on the first train out. Since we cannot speak in person, I wanted to leave a message for you at the very least. That's my father's voice! It's really him! I am sorry, Berzelia. I'm always so distracted with my work. I can only imagine how lonely you must feel. Your birthday is coming up soon, isn't it? I know I was away on other business trips for the past 2 birthdays and wasn't able to celebrate as I should have. But I promise you, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure I'm home in time for your birthday this year. And when I do return, I'm going to give you your present myself. Until then, it pains me that I have to leave you alone yet again. Please, try to keep your spirits up. Know that I really truly do love you, Berzelia, my darling daughter. Father, I didn't realize you cared so much. Glad he decided to step up and show he knows how to be a dad for once. Again, where does Eddie get off talking to her? How'd you manage to come across that voicemail? I'm genuinely impressed. Well, I remembered that the master asked me several days ago how to send such a message to someone. He's not good with tech. It made me wonder if perhaps it was the young lady to whom he sent it. Then when I went searching, sure enough, there it was. So, she got kidnapped before he was able to send it. How could I have been such a fool? I shouldn't have doubted Father and tested him like this. I'm sorry, Rumsfeld. I must confess, this whole kidnapping was planned by me. I was scared Father didn't truly love me, so I... Think nothing of it, my lady. You felt the need to act. I completely understand how you must feel. Thanks, Rumsfeld. I'm okay, Eddie. You can let go of my hand now. He was holding her hand? I might not have achieved what I set out to do, but I still want to pay everyone what I can in exchange for their time. Berzelia, you don't have to do that. But if you're comfortable with it, I won't stop you. Not so quick, Eddie. This dumbass sob story's over. Now the fun begins. What is the meaning of this? We had a deal. Are you breaking it? You bet your fine rich ass we are. Why take your pitiful paycheck when we can make off with that a hefty ransom? And it's all thanks to our wonderful pal Eddie. We couldn't have done it without him. It's not every day you meet a gullible mark who's just begging to be held hostage and robbed of her own money. You can't be serious. You tricked me, Eddie? I trusted you. No, that's not true. I only agreed to help out with your fake kidnapping, I swear. This is news to me too. Oh, okay, well, hey. And as for you two gents, don't even think about trying anything funny. Hand over the case nice and quiet like. And make it quick, or else I can't guarantee Daddy's little girl will celebrate her birthday in one piece. If you put even a single scratch on Miss Berzelia, you will pay for it. Man, I hate being right. I had a feeling it'd go down like this. I didn't ask you to introduce yourself, but I know you're that famous Spriggan everyone always talks about. Okay, yes, I feel, because Eddie didn't sell them out, but I feel like, especially in the criminal underworld, Van's face would be fairly well known. I was on the lookout for cops or bracers, but I sure didn't count on meeting someone like you. That geezer there is one conniving old fart. So you know about Mr. Arkwright as well, do you? I figured you to be some mere hoodlum, but it appears you're smarter than you look. A shame you wasted on such nonsense. Well, if you know who I am, then we can cut right to the chase. I took on a job, and I fully intend to complete it. You're giving that girl back, one way or another. If you want to make a deal, we can talk, but not until you hand her over first. Otherwise, I've got permission from my butler friend to send you all straight to Adios. Don't think I won't do it. Hey, hold on a minute, Jeffrey. The Desire I know would never stoop to something this low. Didn't you help us out with that? Well, I guess we didn't really tell Eddie about that, but Desire definitely sent a guy to go die out near Tharbad. Put the gun down before you do anything we'll all regret, please! We'd never do something like this. Don't make me laugh! You don't know the first thing about us! Listen, I got you in the gang for one reason and one reason only. Because you made for a handy, expendable pawn. But you know what? You did good putting this rich brat up to all this. Better than I ever expected, really. I owe you one. So I'll tell you what. You can leave our gang right now if you're so queasy about getting your hands dirty. How about it? You can't be serious. Jeffrey, tell me you're lying. I looked up to you. I thought you were badass. Quit your sniveling already. Eddie! Anyway, getting back to business. Where were we? Oh, right, letting the girl go free. I wouldn't push my luck if I were you. Last time I checked, you weren't in a position to be making demands of us. Far as we're concerned, this chick's just a pile of used bait now. You sure you want to push your luck? Very well. We shall go ahead and hand over the briefcase. All we ask is that you return the young lady to us unharmed. Yeah, you got my word. But his word doesn't mean squat, though. Now step forward nice and slowly. Any sudden movements and I blow her brains out. Alright. Stop right there. Leave the case on the ground and go straight back. I'll only let her go if you do. Got it. I hear ya. Now comes the tricky part. There's no way he hands her over quietly. We already agreed that Rumsfeld would go in and rescue her while I held these idiots back. The question is what to do about the money. The safest thing would be to prioritize her safety and let the cash go, which means the chaos option is the other way around. But that'd be 10 million Mira down the drain. Hardly chump change. On the flip side, Rumsfeld and I could trust Eddie with the case and focus on rescuing the girl. What to do? So, let's trust Eddie with the money. It's settled. I'm gonna trust Eddie to keep the money safe. You're damn right I did. Now it's your turn. Hands are over now. You think after netting this much cash doing nothing, I'm just gonna let her go? I'd have to be stupider than you. Amazing. A few measly little threats were enough to convince you to part ways with 10 million Mira. You're one of a damn kind. We'll be holding on to her for the time being. Better start scrounging up some more Mira for the next ransom. No! Too damn predictable. Hey, buddy! Want to clear your name and do something good for once? Think fast! Van flung the attaché case at Eddie, who caught it. Huh? Holy, this thing's heavy! Think you can scam us out of our dough, do you? Give it here, Eddie! No, I'm not letting Desire get a single coin! Wrong choice, buddy. I gave you a chance. Now go say hi to Adios, dipshit. I'm sure the brief... Eddie! What? My lady, over here! Okay. What the hell are you idiots doing? Don't blame me, boss. That old dick's stronger than he looks. Damn, never thought they'd put up this much of a fight. But the numbers are on our side. It's 5 on 2, or should I say 1. Famous or not, you're still just a single Spriggan flying solo. I'd love to see you take on all of us. You know what? Van probably could handle this, but he doesn't have to. You think I still work solo, huh? Well, I got bad news for you, pal. Arkwright Solutions is expanding these days. Everyone, are you okay? Your fun's over now that we're here. Now it's 5 on 4, though I do believe it's fair to say that the balance of power is tipped in the other direction. All of which is to say, thank you all for coming to our aid. Some reinforcements? You've got chicks with you. Yeah, we've still got the eggs. Come on, Jeffrey, let's get them. No way. What? We're not gonna get our fights? No friggin' way! Damn it. No, we're pulling out. What? There's no friggin' way what? I wanted to fight though. You heard me. I said we're pulling out. You heard him, boys. Time to scram. Don't think you've won, jackass. I'll make you regret crossing us. What? Huh. Well, that was a surprising turn of events. I've expected them to press their luck and come in swinging. Guess Desire's got some brains after all, especially in that fearless leader of theirs. But that's not the important thing right now. Shit! I can't believe I actually got shot back there! Ow! Whoa, they actually did get, bro. Eddie! Rumsfeld, he needs first aid right away. Can you help him? Is this not the sort of thing that tear can cure? Certainly, my lady. Let me help too. I guess not. Okay, so she's a little kid. Whew. Good work, everyone. We got a lot done today between rescuing Brasilia and patching up Eddie. He's not completely out of the woods. I've got a hunch those goons are gonna have it out for him after what he pulled. Yeah, that tends to happen once you try to leave a gang. So I took the liberty of tipping the cops off about this whole mess so they can keep him on their radar. But at least you'll live to see another day thanks to our little hostage's quick thinking, kid. Eddie did nothing wrong. He was tricked by all the rest of them. How could I not help? He even managed to save the money. Thank you so much for everything, Eddie. I'm so sorry I ever doubted you. What I said was terrible. No, it's okay. I totally understand. I'm the one who ought to be apologizing here. I'm so sorry I put you through that nightmare. I can't tell you how glad I am that you're okay. It's nice to see the two of you make amends. Well, we'll cover the cost of his care. It's the least we can do to repay him for what he's done. Okay, so medical care doesn't seem to be free in Calvard like it appears to be in Crossbell, Burl, and Erebonia. Looks like you can handle things from here then. Unless you need anything else, I think we're going to bounce. Mr. Arkwright, everyone, thank you again for your assistance. I cannot begin to tell you just how grateful I am to have you on our side.
All in a day's work.
Love to see it.
Yeah, too easy.
Deposit confirmed.
No, okay, so that upped our gray. Nice, our gray ranked up. I felt like we've been getting a lot of morally gray. I felt like we've been getting a lot of obtained Mayor Gray through Mayor and Van synchronization. Wait, what? What's that? Your Zypha's ringing, Van. So it is. I swear I've seen this number before.
What's up, Arkwright? Heard you had a bad time in Tharbad.
Oh, Jan, I still have trouble recognizing his voice. Ugh, not you.
Aw, what do you mean, not you? You're gonna make me cry.
Right, Zin is so lovable. Can you blame me for being wary? You people are always hovering over me and judging how I choose to handle my work. Plus, I have a sinking feeling you're only calling to bring trouble to my doorstep. Again.
Am I that easy to read? Yeah, this job's a toughie for sure.
Alright, if it's just fighting, we'll get to fighting.
I'll cut to the chase. Would you mind coming with me to the 13th?
Oh, it might not be just fighting. The 13th? That's a new area. Surely you don't need me to spell out what that means. You strike me as the kind of guy who'd drop by there a lot. No comment. Oh, okay, so that must be like the red light district of this place? I'm curious, what business do you have there? Oh, nothing major. But it's not exactly a place I fit in, especially as of late. So I figured I'd ask if you could tag along. Come on, help a guy out, will ya? Alright, you win. You owe me one after this, though. Want to meet up in the C3 area? Sure thing. Oh, and don't feel like you need to rush if you've got other business to take care of. I can keep myself busy while I wait. So what do you want? Oh, nothing much. Don't worry about it. Guess I'll head over once I've wrapped up my other work. So, choosing call it a day from the travel menu will cause the main story to advance. And we're not going to do that just yet, but we are going to do another connection. We'll actually go for... Let's do hers. Where is... Van decided to pay a visit to the bookstore in Tyrell District and browse their section on films. Damn, this publisher works fast. Already got something out about the Tharbad Film Festival. That's ridiculously crazy. Let's see what they say about it. Yep, they were definitely there and watching the entrance. Check it out! Another special on Nina Fenley! That chick's on a roll lately! I mean, why wouldn't she be? She stole Judith Lancer's crown as Best Actress at the festival. She's gotta be the hottest actress in Zemuria right now. Guess it's now Nina's time to be in the spotlight. Not that I'll stop liking Judith or anything, of course, but you know what I mean. Right. They talk because you can't... People like... You can like multiple actresses at the same time, dude. That's allowed. Hell yeah, man. No one keeps the action sexy like her. Well... Hey, is that who I think it is? Uh-oh. Is she going to go see Wolves Requiem? Okay, no time to waste. Time to watch another? You're watching the same movie again? That's gotta be the third time now. Huh? What the heck? What are you doing here? What am I doing here? What are you doing coming to this theater and watching her own movie over and over again? Don't you think that's kinda... She's trying to pad her numbers? Shush! Don't you say another word. This isn't a good place to talk. Follow me. Whew. Alright, the coast is clear. And she does her hair up a little differently to blend in more. I like that. This seems like a very interesting bit of attention to detail. Are you out of your mind? Do you know what would have happened if people in that theater knew I was there? It'd be chaos. Hey, you're the one who blared your horn. I was trying to keep my voice down so only you could hear me. If people were gonna notice you, it wouldn't have been because of me. Well, you still... Anyway, you didn't answer my question. Why all the repeat viewings of your own movies? You that much of a narcissist? Who said I was a narcissist? It's nothing like that. Look, I get it. We all go through that phase at some point in our lives. It's perfectly normal for you to get a kick out of how hot you look in the mirror when you're going through puberty. Though I thought you were a little old for that, though. I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong. And what do you mean old? I'm younger than you. Okay, I figured that Judith might be 22 or 23 at the very most. I'll take your word for it then. She's giving her a hard time like Aaron gives him. So, what is it you're doing? Some kind of weird hobby? It's not a hobby. I didn't come here to watch the movie. I came here to watch the audience. The audience? Like what, to bask in their adoration as they watch you structure your stuff? Well, damn, girl, you're even bigger narcissist than I thought. Gotta hand it to you. It takes a special kind of person to go to that much trouble to have their ego massaged. Props. Now you're just trying to piss me off, aren't you? You figured it out already? And here I was hoping I'd get a couple more selgs out of that. You could at least pretend to be a little sorry. I swear, talking to you was bad for my mental health. Okay, real talk. I'm guessing you're here to gauge the audience's reaction to your work. Yeah, more or less. Although I'm mostly looking for some specific things. When I come onto the screen, I pay attention to how the people around me are reacting. Where they laugh, where they cry, where they're let down, stuff like that. It gives me a good barometer of how well my acting is landing with people, so I can see where I may need to improve going forward. You don't say. I didn't realize you did so much homework between shoots. I don't do it just to study their reactions either. I also do it to put things into perspective for myself, I guess you'd put it. Not sure I follow. When I'm filming something, obviously I like to think that the final product's going to come out just like the director and I intended. But audiences don't always see what we see in the same way. They might hate something you felt confident about, or they'll love something you didn't even put all that much work into. Yeah, man, things can get real mercurial real quick. Some people might chalk it up to just differences in tastes or perspective, but that feels like such a waste when there's so much you can learn. Unlike what you might think, we don't make movies just to satisfy ourselves. We want audiences to be moved, maybe even inspired by them. You can't improve your craft as an actor unless you take the time to sit down and figure out where you and your audience don't see eye to eye. At least, that's what I sincerely feel. And I feel like, okay, Falcom definitely does seem to take a lot of feedback into account. Huh, you put more thought into your work than I expected. I always figured you were just riding the wave of your success all the way to the bank. Adios, you sound just like my mom and Grammy. What on Zamiria makes you think I'm anything like that? I was trying to give you a compliment, I swear. Interesting to know your family gives you that same sort of grief, though. Pretend you didn't hear that. Also, I'm impressed you can discern people's faces so much inside a dark movie theater. It's probably those shades or her Grimcat tech. Is that one of the perks from your side hustle? It gives you cat vision at night? No, it's not because of the... I have no idea what you're talking about. Who does this woman think she's fooling? Is this sort of field research something you've always done since becoming an actress? I used to do it a lot back in the day, but the last 2 or 3 years, not so much. I guess that's when her Grimcat activities really took off. These days, as soon as I wrap up one film, it's immediately on to the next shoot. Between that and my other occupation, I hardly have time for it now. She is so lax with it. But you had some free time for once and decided to do it for old time's sake? Had it? More like I had to make it for myself. I had to turn down every offer for shooting and interviews in order to make this happen. No kidding. That determined, huh? It's not just that I missed it and wanted to do it. The festival made me realize I need to start stepping up my game. Because you had the award for Best Actress taken from under your nose. Pretty much. Nina had such incredible talent for an actress her age. I knew she might catch up to me sooner or later, but I didn't remotely expect it to happen this soon. I get how that might be a shock to you, but it's just one film festival. Do you really need to be so hung up on the results? Her winning the award doesn't take away from the caliber of your own acting. Golden Blood and Wolves Requiem are both huge, incredibly entertaining films. Most reviews had them neck and neck when it came to the quality of their acting and their sheer level of polish. Right, so she lost. It was really a fair and square loss. I appreciate the pep talk, but I don't want to give myself excuses for what happened. At the end of the day, I lost out. Those are the facts, plain and simple. If I don't always knock audiences and judges off their feet with my acting, then I'm not doing the absolute best I can. Spoken like a true actress who's earned her spot as queen of the industry. When I first got to see the real her, I thought I'd regret ever being a fan. But maybe I don't have anything to worry about after all. You got something else you want to say to me, Anyway, not to get off topic, but how did you see through my disguise in the theater? How? I mean, it was a change-up, but it wasn't that much of a change-up. I know it wasn't the most elaborate thing in the world, but I was pretty confident I wouldn't get caught. I probably only noticed because I heard a couple of guys talking about you right before I saw you. Oh, and that primed him to be thinking about her. If I hadn't, I doubt I'd have given you the time of day. Really? What were they discussing? Vanna's probably going to be a little more truthful than he should be here. Nothing big. Just how things went for you at the film festival. From the way they were talking, those awards, or lack of, I guess, don't seem to have done anything to diminish your fan base. Oh, never mind. He was exactly as truthful as he needed to be. I know I still count myself as part of it. Oh, good to know. Well, don't you worry. Next time a film festival comes rolling around, I'll be standing at the top of the winner's podium where I belong. Until then, I'm going back to basics and honing my acting so it's that much better. You'll see. Huh, good luck with that. I'll be watching. Afterwards, Van escorted Judith to the subway on her way back home. From there, he resumed his patrol around town.
Maybe you're not so bad after all.
All right. Allow me to learn something new about them. SCLM support effect plus 5%. And we got Van at 3. Worldly office head plus 5% for him as well. Wow, that's golden. Now, the Satan District and the Waterworks Depths. Oh, it's back there. Okay, give me 1 second.
Watch out for ranged attacks. Watch out. That enemy looks strong.
Looks like the gang's all here.
All right, and this is it. These things, well, definitely weak to arts. A fearsome foe is prowling around. Let's exterminate. Opening up with a crit. I see. Violent splash. And that inflicted us with something.
I won't lose.
One La Forte. And it seems like... Well... Earthbreaker can get all of them. Should be. Yes. Alright.
Initiating drive.
Nice luck crest. And then she'll be able to go ahead and pump our CP. Jelly smack. Alright.
Up to you, Reset.
Some of this. Alright.
My move now.
He'll... Aerial dust. Everybody. Okay, let's have her pump this. How much is her, Flaming Prayer is 40. Alright, in that case, we're not going to do that, but we are going to have her go in.
Activating skill.
And it'll be an aura breath from,
Gauge limit broken.
Yes, alright. One aura breath will be coming up next.
Initiating drive. Initializing drive.
And I should probably give her something, whatever it is that halves the cast time for wind arts. Specifically so we don't have any issues.
Not getting free.
Head bash. Hit her with that delay, but it's all good. Hydro cannon. Dang, the other one moved out of the friggin' way. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and serve up some... Really? Still not enough. Alright, that's all we need to see.
And activate.
Everybody gets some.
Boost gauge limiter removed.
Not getting free.
I'm thinking... Okay, so that didn't hurt. That didn't hurt all that much.
Energy output at maximum.
A critical. You will... Okay, we're doing perfectly fine at the moment. There's the stun, which kind of was inopportune just a little bit, but that's all good. I think I'm probably going to start bathing before we come here, just so we can have more options. Whoa. She's having a rough time of it. Okay, Van.
Energy output max.
1, 3.
Don't take your eye off the
Activating skill.
Alright, we're gonna do what we need to.
Mr. Arkwright.
What kind of food do we have? 1280, 8 damage up, and this is 1600. Go ahead and give you that wine-based burger because you're about to have a bad time.
I won't lose.
Oh, or not. Well, I should have healed, or I should have just had her do it. So, this...
Energy output max.
She's got 138. We're going to have to Athelis.
Really use the nap.
Initiating
God dang
drive.
it, dude. And let's Choco Rice Taco her
I'll need some time to recover soon.
to make sure that she doesn't die on us.
Here goes.
While bringing back, can we get... Okay, we can't get all 3 of them. Just have to make sure really quickly. Uh-oh. Well. Nice. And we got a cosmic boost on that, which I'm assuming does additional healing. 1 critical. Let's get it.
Boost gauge limiter.
Is that 1? That's 1. Nice. Uh-oh. There she goes, though.
Forgive me, everyone.
Okay. She has no options to heal. Or to revive, I should say. So we're gonna have to bring back... Dang, that delay was crazy. We're gonna have to bring Rosette back.
I owe you one. Here goes.
With a reviving balm.
My sincere thanks.
Ooh, uh-oh. Rosette might go back down immediately. Not gonna lie. Nothing? Oh, nope, there it is. She didn't die instantly! We'll have her drop the Athelis.
Initiating drive.
And then we'll crit... I guess we'll crit Dark Gorana her for the 600. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ooh. Alright, she died again, but that's okay. We'll... F it, Celestial Balm. We can always buy more of these, right? So far, wasn't the best showing ever. Crafts. She's already out of the way, so...
Deploying shield.
Alright, so it was a tiny bit touch and go there.
Here goes.
But now we're all back in this. So one of these. Up our speedy speed. Make sure that we do not get crossed up damage-wise. Hydro Cannon. Only 2, though. And that one was just Van. God dang, dude.
You'll pay for that.
Taking so much heat.
Get him fast, Barry.
You are stunned.
There we go.
And we got a zero arts and some boost gauge action coming our way.
I won't hold back.
On yes, she'll... We only have Chrono Drive with her.
Blades protect us.
Adel Snipe, side attack bonus. Nah, let's get in there.
No. I have to do something.
Can we... We don't have enough to Aura Breath. Or White Heal. Well, that ain't too snabby. Or snazzy. That Apricot Water.
Don't push it too far.
Dude, we're actually running low on a lot of stuff.
No, you don't.
This crit. Okay, we'll have her. Can we Earthbreaker both?
Energy output at maximum.
Nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and put the hurting on both of them. Another stun. Exactly what we wanted. Want a little revenge on Fairy, huh? Still fully boosted. Who's closer to... You are closer to death. Uh-oh. That was not supposed to happen.
Up to you, Reset.
Energy output max.
Let's start Tira-ing. We're going to start with her.
Initiating drive.
And she'll actually
Energy
give her an
output at
EP
maximum.
charge. Right into an attack. Yes, let's get it.
Boost gauge limit
Is that one? Yep. Oh, that's both. Okay. Dang, they used an EP charge for nothing.
Nice. Moving on up.
I did it. Stats upgrade.
Quartet?
Well done, everyone.
Mira deposit confirmed.
And that pushed us towards Law, which should probably rank up soon. Ooh. Well. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That was a little involved. And I do think we might be able to complete that without putting in so many resources, but for right now, it's fine. Alright. Van's group decided to take a short break. And so what's Ashen doing in Calvard? Ni hao, Van. Alright, she says it Van, so that's fine. Thanks for coming. You okay with giving me a little tour? You're okay with giving me a little tour, right? So first, I was thinking... Whoa, pump the brakes a sec. Had a quick question for you, if you don't mind. You picked a weird-ass time to visit Edith. What's the itinerary? I doubt you're here on your own. Yeah, Baba's on a business trip here, so I decided to tag along. Though I do have some business of my own, if I'm being honest. Right, the sketchy business, if I had to guess. Doubt your old man's negotiating bake sales. Well, you're not wrong. He's got a few of our companies together to figure out a plan for you-know-who. Sal came along as well, but he's... Well, I'm not sure where he is, actually. Real shame, honestly. This is a wonderful chance for a date. White Orchid Dragon's up to something, huh? I don't like the smell of that. Well, anyway, I still have a while before the meeting, so I figured, why not take a walk around? Baba's busy getting everything ready with the attendees, so I have nothing else to do. You know Edith like the back of your hand, don't you? I mean, yeah, but can't Aaron do it? Might as well ask him. I did, but he canceled out of nowhere, the jerk. Really? So Aaron was probably gonna make a guest appearance during this thing. Something's up. He didn't even call me. He texted. Can you believe that? Just texted me. Something came up. Go ask the old man if he'll do it. He hasn't changed a bit, I swear. That little shit. Right. Aaron roped him into this. Come on, Van, please, for me. It's been so long since I last visited Edith. There's so much to see, so many souvenirs to buy. It'll be a favor Heiwei owes you for. Come on, please. Heiwei really isn't gonna care about... Okay, fine. I'll show you around a bit. We'll call it an apology for how that job thing went down. Yay, thanks! Erlin. Okay, so she's hitting the pricey places right quick. Hey, so which of these do you think would look good on Sal? She's really stuck on that guy. You really thinking about him instead? Thought this tour was for you. Oh, don't be such a killjoy. Sal and I are in Edith together for the very first time. This is the perfect chance to deepen our bond. Should I pick out a matching piece for myself now that I think about it? I think that's a good idea. I can just hear him now. We match, I see. And then he'll get all flustered and... Woo! Lady, your mind works in strange ways. Right, I don't think there's anything that could fluster Sal. He seems fairly unflappable. Weston. Alright, much less ritzy, but still useful. I wonder what kind of gift he'd like. Rimaferia is cold around this time of year, so maybe I should get him a pair of gloves. Or perhaps a scarf? It is October, actually, and it seems pretty temperate if Ashen is walking around like that. Is this for your little brother? He's studying in Rimaferia right now, ain't he? Oh, Shin? That's right. After all the trouble in Crossville a year and a half ago, he decided to study abroad. I'm going to broaden my horizons, were his words, as I recall. His experience over there must have been eye-opening. He did almost die a couple of times. Seems like you're proud of the kid. I am, but he could stand to be less cheeky. And I wish he wouldn't fall head over heels for girls who are way out of his age range. And yeah, oh my gosh. Ellie was already busy failing at her own love life. Well, let's not bully Ellie. She did everything she could. Looking to buy that for Geen? Yeah, he's a bit of a soba addict. According to him, nothing beats it when you're tuckered out. Sounds like he's been busy as a bee. He does a lot of advising these days. I guess that screw-up of his didn't shake his standing in Hayway all that much. I'd suggest buying the flower from Cray. Soba fans love that stuff, so if you give him that, he'll be in 7th heaven. Oh, really now? Well, I think I'll trust your advice and go with that then.
Hope you enjoy shopping with us.
We put a lot of work into some Cray noodles, so yep, here's Aaron making his guest appearance. Well, I got some time to kill. What to do? Maybe I'll stop by for a bit of booze while the sun's still up, and then some cuties for when it goes down. So this is where you've been, Aaron. You look awfully relaxed for someone who just ditched all his responsibilities on me. Why are you here? It's not that hard to guess what you get up to. How come you canceled on me last minute? You haven't been causing trouble for everyone, right? I so know you messed up your sleeping schedule again, and I bet your diet's not far off. Oh, you did not just come all this way to have her nag at me. You were asking for it. Hey, Van got his payback. Van and Ashen took Aaron around town, having him serve as her tour guide for the day. After ending their tour at Treon Tower, they returned to the Satan District. Caught him red-handed. That was fun. I got to buy a ton of stuff. I got to see all the sights, everything. It was really something seeing the tower up close. It gives the Great Spire a run for its Mira. Not sure those are really in the same category, but fair enough. Great Spire. So what, we've got Orcus Tower, Treon Tower, and now this Great Spire thing? Hey. Oh, don't worry about them. I'm perfectly aware of them. So Ashen can fight. I assume you're here on Loot family business. You're quite a ways from Longport, though. Seems everybody's traveling on business these days. Huh, I'd expect no less of you, Lady Ashen. Oh, one of those Jiangxi guys. Shangsho, huh? Not from the Lu family, are they? Indeed not. Though they seem awfully casual for Shangsho, normally they try to hide their presence, so this guy wasn't trying at all. So is the message being sent here that a Shangsho doesn't even need to try in order to keep tabs on little old me? I think you're mistaken, Lady Ashin. My master simply wishes to banish these clouds looming over Heiue that we might shine brighter. Is Van the cloud? It's really impressive how you can say that with a straight face. You really think your master's looking to resolve all this peacefully? That just doesn't sound right, does it? Now, obviously, I'm not going to pick a fight with you, at least not in public. But if, that's a big if, your boss thinks he can get the better of us, then the Looot family will accept your challenge anytime. I will let them know. I wanted to see her fight! Alright, let's head back now. Okay, wait. Give me a second to process all that. Heiue's own little princess, huh? Apple doesn't fall far from the tree there. Remind me not to piss you off. I like having my head on my neck. Scary to think what would have happened if I turned you down. How rude! I wouldn't have done anything. Probably. I do value our friendship, Van, and I'd like to keep it that way. I really owe you, both for Longport and for keeping Aaron safe. I mean it. Oh, I know. I was just messing with you. But what were you talking about back there? Sounded like some kind of turf war business. Oh, just some shadows sneaking around. It's nothing to worry about. Baba might have told you, but Heiue was split between several groups and families. Sometimes we might have to tie those loose ends back up ourselves. So, the politics get a little bloody then. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. That's what Yaya always said. Okay, let's head on back. I should let Baba know what happened. Do you want to see him? He should be back now, and I think he might want to thank you for today. I'm good, thanks. He's, yeah, there's no reason to get any further involved with Heiue stuff. That's kind of like asking me to walk into a minefield. No offense. Hey, come on! Don't antagonize us like that! Ashin eventually got Van to reconsider, read comply, and exchange pleasantries with her father. Despite being worn out from the encounter, Van met up with the rest of the gang and went right back to work. Yeah.
This is one relationship I'll cherish. For Heiue, as much as anything else.
Cerulean Charm. Ooh, what's that? And Ashin only has 2 connection events, so let's see what... he doesn't deserve it, but it's probably going to be some of the most, yeah, down here. EP plus 15, Arts Defense plus 150. That's really golden, actually.
What's next?
And we've got ourselves 1 additional connection event. And, I mean, we know so much about her already. So I'm probably going to massively deprioritize Ren. Hey, you said you wanted to talk about some office paperwork? Correct. In the course of organizing everything, I found some forms whose deadlines are quickly approaching. I thought you should be made aware of them so that they aren't submitted late. Ah, shit. Yeah, I don't want to fall behind on those. Which forms are they? Actually, I went ahead and sorted them out for you already. All you have to do is fill them in. Dang, dude, she's on top of it. Perfect. Thanks, Rosette. I'm gonna take care of those right now so they're not hanging over our head. Alright. Van quickly dealt with the paperwork Rosette had provided. He packed it up and made for the Satan District police station. Why does he have to turn it in here? There's not like a government building? Man, I can't believe I spaced on this. I completely forgot today was the cutoff. Right, this whole customization form thing, they just rolled that out, if I recall. Correct. The government is inspecting customized automobiles to ensure they're not hazardous to public safety. Oh, well, hey. Gotta make sure his crap's street legal. Failing to submit this form will void your tax exemption and other credits. Your car will effectively be illegal. Smaller customizations can use a separate form from this one, but his ride is completely tricked out. Yeah, this one's probably their way of preparing for like engine swaps and lift kits and shit. I got the paperwork a while ago, but I kept putting it off. Looked like a pain in the ass. You really saved my bacon getting this stuff sorted for me. Of course, these clerical affairs are my forte. Shall we get this dealt with then? And of course, we're at the police station, so these two have to make a guest appearance. Ah, crap. Fancy meeting you here. Ain't 'cause I want to be here, trust me. Oh, finally decided to come clean, huh? About damn time. Come clean for what, jackass? I'm just here to turn in some papers for my truck mods. Huh, I saw that young lady with you in Tharbad. Thank you for your help back then. My name is Rosette Twinings. I'm a concierge for the Marduk Company. I'm currently assisting Mr. Arkwright on official business. Official? How do you keep fumbling your way into a harem, dick? Whoa, somebody just actually calling out a Falcon protagonist on that? Marduk, huh? Hey, you mind if I pull you aside for some questions, miss? I'll take care of the paperwork for you. She won't answer anything, but... We're actually acquiescing to this? Oh, well. Thought they were never gonna let us go. You have any idea they were gonna do that to you when you got to the precinct? I did know they wanted to question me. I figured that I might as well accompany you and get it over with there. But that's neither here nor there. Good work getting your form filled out. That's most of your paperwork done for today. Thanks. Wait, most? What's next? Oh, nothing major. Just your taxes. Rosette, why did you have to remind me? We're not about to worry about that right now, though. And while we're at it, I did want to run some equipment maintenances and offense resupplies for you. Whatever happened to Hermes? We talked to her once, but haven't really ordered anything since. I thought I'd be making much more use of that. Man, I almost feel bad putting you to work this hard after you just joined. Almost. Let's go ahead and tackle all that while we're at it. Perfect. Our next destination is Station Street then. Van accompanied Rosette as they navigated their busy work for the day. After a round of shopping on Station Street, they took a little break at a nearby cafe. She's so efficient. Thanks for all your hard work, Rosette. You got through all that desk work that was piling up like it was nothing. I feel kind of bad for forcing you to do all the tedious jobs, though. Please think nothing of it. I'm always happy to be of service. I'm nothing if not pleased to have been able to be of assistance in your office. We'd never been able to interact through anything other than a screen beforehand. But now I get to go out shopping and have a nice chat with you physically here. So she's been wanting to hang out with Van for a while then, huh? Weird way of putting it, but I see where you're coming from. Here is the coffee that you ordered. And okay, a funny little tidbit. Back in the Cold Steel games, the tea mugs, the coffee mugs, the drink cups, they used to be friggin' massive. They were like bowls. These are a lot more normal sized. It was just something once you noticed it, you couldn't not notice it. Though it was definitely the case in CS1 and CS2. I don't think they fixed it for 3 going forward, but they definitely got it addressed now. I wasn't aware prior to me coming here and accompanying you on your travels just how bad your sweet tooth is. Just want to make it clear that sweets aren't the only reason we've been going on so many business trips lately. More of a bonus, yeah? It'd be rude going somewhere and not sampling the local confectionery. If you say so. And you totally didn't buy that. Whatever. Let's drink. This is rather hotter than I was expecting. Holy shit! This is way too hot! Did a rookie screw up or something? Though yours doesn't look as hot as mine. We can't be so sure of that. Our difference in reaction should not be how you gauge it. I handle hot things better than most do. That's interesting! I still think it would be wise to get some milk to cool it down, though. Excuse me. So she eats, and they're talking about hot temperature. The staff member apologized profusely for the issue and added some milk as requested to cool the drinks down. We truly are sorry for the issue with your coffee. Here are the pancakes you ordered as well. Okay, here it is. Whoa. Oh? I don't recall ordering any pancakes. Was it you who ordered them, Mr. Arkwright? If so, let me hand you the plate. Nope, it's right where it needs to be. Just think of him as a little bonus. Those are big and fluffy, too. A small thanks for all you've done for us, even in such a short time. I've always wanted to try those giant fluffy pancakes, but I want to try them plain, or at least with syrup on the side, because I always drown them in all the TikTok videos I see of those. There's more to life than just work. You should at least find the time to enjoy something sweet once in a while. Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting to get such a pleasant bonus so soon after starting work. I can see this is a workplace that values its employees after all. Doubt we can compare to whatever crazy welfare program Marduk has, but we try. It's good to have you on the team, Rosette. And it is likewise my pleasure being part of the team, Mr. Arkwright. Though I'd feel awfully rude to sit and enjoy this plate of pancakes while you sit and watch, you're the one with the sweet tooth after all. Why don't you have some too? I am kinda regretting not ordering any for myself, yeah. Alright, if you're sure, I wouldn't mind a few. Van and Rosette enjoyed the remainder of their time together before resuming their patrol.
You have my full support and then some, Mr. Arkwright.
Right. Shardmaster. So all these SCLM support effects, they're nice. Very nice. But we've got all that set. And so it's time for us to go ahead and pay Jin a visit. And I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Call it a day. I agreed to meet up with the immovable once my other work was done. Should I head over there now? Hold on. I'm going to check to make sure there's no blue sub events real quick. Okay, there was nothing. So we're able to call it a day. Afterward, they went to Station Street to pick up some odds and ends. Then, when it came time to return to the office, October 18th, 3:30 p.m. It's a little early, but I think we should call it a day. You can head on back to the office. And yes, feel free to go straight to the dorms if you want. Really? Does this have to do with your conversation with that bracer earlier? Nah, it's nothing that important. Oh, and your trial period's over, Rosette. I don't know how long you were planning on hanging around, but we're happy to have you. Thank you. I'll bring the supplies you purchased back to our base. Appreciate it. Anyway, don't stay out too late now, guys. Oh. Why is he running off all on his own? Do you think we should track him? We shouldn't invade his privacy. But aren't you curious, Agnes? I mean, yes, but... Rosette, aren't you against prying into Van's business too? On the contrary, I'm in full support. Oh, so she does have a bit of a rebellious streak to her. I've been fiercely curious about his destination. Furthermore, it seemed he was going there for the sake of his acquaintance rather than for personal business. But in truth, I was recommended to start spending more time as I please, so I intend to do just that. Right, Van gave them the rest of their day back, and we're choosing to go to the 13th. What? Alright, then we shouldn't leave anyone out. Let's call Aaron. Oh yeah, Aaron would be all over this. Will you be coming along, Miss Claudel? Fine. I don't want to be the only one left out. thought you were more mature than this. I apologize for my imperfect nature. I am still only 20 after all. Right, she just barely became an adult. But that's cool. It makes me like Rosette more that she's not super duper perfect. This is the oh no, this isn't the 13th. We're tailing Van. Whoa! We're not tailing Van anymore. He's probably on to us. Right. Right. We're not nearly slick enough to get one over on him. Uh-oh. Who are they mean mugging? Area C3. Oh, was this like a Geofront sort of thing? Man, a big-ass bracer like you can't just stand around here and not expect to get stares. Hey there. Sorry for calling you on such short notice. How'd you manage to convince the others to let you go? He didn't. Don't worry about it. I lost him anyways. But think you could give me more of a heads up next time? Those kids will poke their nose into anything once they catch a whiff. Sure thing. Next time. So, what do you even want from me? If you just wanted someone to help you blend in, wouldn't Elaine or Clausel have done the job just fine? They're tough enough to serve as backup, but they'd probably make me stand out more than you think. Besides, I think you're a better fit with who we're about to meet. Oh, come on! Who are we about to meet? Hey, I'll buy you a drink for the trouble. Anyway, let's get going. Who are we about to meet? It can't be Sal. It might be someone completely new. What is this? What is this? Okay. Blacklight district. Okay, a Blacklight district. Well, here we are. The place the city's very worst call home. For how long it's been around, it's kind of crazy how much more lively it's gotten in the past few years. We're gonna be spending a lot of time here, aren't we? No kidding. You won't find it on any map, yet people are still somehow finding their way down here. But what criminal wouldn't be tempted by a literal lawless zone where they can be let off, or where they can let off all the steam they damn well please? Might be a bit much for your little ones to handle right now, though. Yeah, hate to do it, but I gotta introduce him to it eventually. Can't stay ignorant of its existence forever when you're in this line of work. Huh, true enough. So, my impression of you being a mother hen looking after her chicks wasn't so far off after all, huh? Oh, can it? So, where are we going? Well, let's peek in at the nearby bars for starters. They probably have some good grub, too. Watch your back, alright? I know. He doesn't have to tell...
Mind if I split? I've got a bad feeling about this.
Come on, man. Where's your adventurous spirit?
Whoa. Let me, Can we look at our... items, orbment? We can't take a look at our guests because I'm not gonna lie, they used to do Jin dirty with the portraits. It was so bad. There's no friggin' way.
Time for you to focus.
What the heck?
Your time's run out. Fine, let's play.
It cannot be that serious. Whoa.
Come on. My move now.
All right.
Use a sharp boost to get the upper boost.
Now that's crazy. This is a... Right. And then we don't really need to bump our CP up or drop our S-Craft. He's hitting him so friggin' hard. Tira. Okay, I think I might have spoken a little too soon. And this will completely bump us up. Though Jin has no way to It used to be called Thunder Kick, but alright. I wonder if it'll be retranslated in the first as well, or if Thundering Kick is an evolution of Thunder Kick. Though that definitely does seem like more of a retranslation. They gave him a serious S-Craft. I like that.
Here goes.
What was it? Gembu Pulse? Gembu Blast or something like that was his old one? But, and that's how it's done. Almost feel sorry for the bastards in hindsight. Almost. What's there to feel sorry about? We took 10 steps into this place and they wanted our friggin' lives. Gotta be pretty wet behind the ears to make a fight with the immovable and not know what they're getting into. Goes to show why the Taito school still got its rep. It's lost some of its luster from back in the day, alas. The central dojo closed down 10 years ago after Master Ryuga passed. Now it hangs on by a thread, split between several disparate dojos. Speaking of those... Got something on your mind? I remember you like to go visit those rinky-dink dojos every now and then to train with the disciples. Why not take up the mantle and revive the Taito school outright? You ever think of doing that? Somebody hasn't played SC. Can't imagine anyone would have a problem with you taking the reins. I'd love to see that as much as anyone, believe me, but I don't think I'm cut out to lead the whole school like that. And I can't just shirk my duty as a bracer to chase some pipe dream of mine. Maybe once I'm retired, I'll give it some thought. True. Guild probably can't afford to lose somebody as high up as you. Given everything going on right now, yeah. You flatter me. I can't take all the credit, though. You really held your own in that fight back there, and he saved us from having to expend our own CP. You've got a lot of oddball moves in your arsenal. I can tell you're trained in Kunlun clear as day. Must have a hell of a master to be able to fight like that. Hell of a master is right. He went and wasted his talent on a punk ass like me. Couldn't even repay him for everything he did. Why? Did he die? Ah, you don't say. Could he mean... Anyway, let's keep moving. Our destination should be further in.
Guess I'll check out the arena.
What will it be?
Well, it's a good thing she didn't get involved, I guess. Chamomile earrings. Ooh.
I'll be seeing you.
There's probably some complete junkies down here. Is this the guy we helped out earlier?
Some fine wares for sale.
Classic coin.
Best coming.
Vitality droplet. I don't think
come
so.
Again soon.
Yimai. Nope, never seen that name before.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Anything? Okay, nothing that's good. The ergonomic grip is a straight up upgrade for Rosette, though. The sonic bolt even more so. Alright, yeah, let's give her that sonic bolt. Yogged armor. This must be a real thing, because the last time I saw this was actually in Persona 1. Play that game if you have not. You won't regret it. Whoa. This will massively jump up Fairy's defense. And everyone else is fine, I think. Ooh, so many goodies.
Let's talk if you've got a minute. Don't take too long to decide now.
Northern Tonic.
Come back soon.
Wait,
Don't take
Northern
too
is...
long to decide now.
It is
Come
North
back
Ambrian.
soon.
I wouldn't drink that, but you know what?
I don't sense any chi. They must not be here.
Okay.
Who in the hell are you talking about?
Alright, so I guess we have to go this way, even though I wanted to visit the other shops. You're shitting me, right? Sorry to hold things up. Sal, it is Sal.
How
Okay.
delightful it is to see you, Mr. Arkwright. And you as well, immovable.
Alright, I was hoping it would be somebody new, but yeah, Sal, this does seem like the kind of place he'd frequent.
You sure took your sweet ass time.
And Walter? Alright, well.
Didn't expect Arkwright to be with you, though.
I'm just here to do him a favor. But if I had known we were coming to see scumbags like you, I'd have turned him straight down. Come on now, no need to be like that. I knew you were in Calvard, but it's hard to believe it's been 2 years since I last saw your face, eh, Walter? Man. The third was, no, SC was only 2 years ago? That doesn't seem right. I'm definitely off. It was probably sometime in the Crossbell games, actually. No. Okay, well, whatever. Not since Jormungand, huh? Bugged the hell out of me we weren't even able to use that chance to settle the score between us. Huh, same here. So I'm sure it's no coincidence I was suddenly able to meet you so easily. I spoke to these two before you showed up, but who's that? Meetups like this here and there ain't such a bad idea with how little we know about those guys. I see now. We're all after Armada, so we're here to trade information on them. Didn't think I'd chance into a gathering this major. So who's our imposing friend?
I ask that you proceed as though I am not present.
I have no idea who this is. Even with underneath the mask, he looks like a generic guy.
Think of me as a random traveler who happened to be here when you arrived.
That's asking a lot. Well, if everybody else has already vetted him, though the code and you being part of this group gives me an idea of who you're affiliated with. Does it? To kick this thing off, it's proving impossible to even learn more about Armada at this point. Heard a report the other day that a bracer on an undercover op on them still hasn't come back. Really? We have been in much the same position ever since the situation in Longport. Not long ago, a cold-blooded warning video was sent to our Council of Elders, the kind meant to serve as an example. Ugh. They just keep getting worse. We've had nothing like that on our end, but there is one guy up top who can't seem to wipe the smile off his face since they cropped up. He's one real shitbag, so if he likes him, you know they're real monsters. He's probably talking about, the Fool. Sounds to me like we all think we're better off crushing them before they become even more of a headache. This guy, he the one you mentioned a while back?
I've got a list of questions from the Oathbreaker, so start running your mouth, or I'll run my fist through your face.
No, it was that. No idea who that is, but Walter's probably about to just tell us. The infamous Fourth Anguis, huh? Doesn't quite sit right. I imagine our definitions of crush differ here, but at least we know where we all stand now. So 5 different factions coming together to take down Armada. Save for our friend keeping his cards to his chest there anyway. Sounds like the CID's up to something too. Still, wish I could figure out just what their boss is thinking. Old Rocksmith's successor, huh? Heard some colorful rumors about him myself. And, he would be very aware of what Rocksmith's successor is capable of, but knowing he's turned a blind eye to a hole like this makes him alright in my book. Indeed, President Rocksmith was a broad-minded fellow in his own right. But the current president has proven even more receptive toward us. Some of the elders are rather fond of him. Though that does also make him a far more formidable foe during negotiations. From our perspective, the President's willingness to work with you guys is one giant flapping red flag. Oh, do not misunderstand. All of our cooperative efforts are in line with your guild's code. Heaven forbid otherwise. Yeah, they're the good bad guys. Can you guys not probe each other while I'm stuck right in the middle? I feel like I don't even need to be here anymore. Easy, Arkwright. Your part's just about to come up. Whoa.
Walter. It ain't often we get a chance like this, and you can't pick a better place.
He wants him to what? Referee this?
You weren't satisfied with how we ended 2 years ago either. So what say we pick it up where we left off? Right here, right now.
Ha. Sounds like a plan.
Wait, you saw this coming, didn't you? Hell no! I ain't here to watch two monsters beating the crap out of...
Who said you'd watch? You and White Orchid Dragon are joining.
So it's a 2-on-2? Why? Why would they want us to be part of their showdown?
Come on. Exchange info, exchange blows. Either way, we're getting to know each other.
I admit to some reluctance standing between combatants of your caliber. But I am also not one to pass up a chance to face Mr. Arkwright and the famed Jin the Immovable.
Well, you should be!
Sorry, Arkwright, but this is just how it's gotta be.
Dang, dude, he doesn't even want to fight!
We'd lose sight of ourselves if it was just one-on-one. And who knows how much damage we'd cause then.
Okay, that is a fairly, because it did get crazy last time. I'll buy that. Ugh. You damn asshole. Alright, a 2-on-2. And Verne is
I shall act as observer. Fight to your heart's content.
And everybody here fights hand to hand except Van. Why are you so up for this? You're welcome to my spot, you know.
Perhaps another time.
Ready? Begin! I'll take you on.
Okay, let's get this.
Try not to bore me, all right?
Don't hold anything back now.
All
right.
Are we gonna actually get to control Jin? We are. All right.
A good chance for a shark boost.
Whoa, and that's his hollow, huh? So, Thundering Kick and Distend are both returning crafts of his. Heralding Fist is very new, and Arhat Palm Strike is also new. Aegis Shield, 240. Well, that'd be it for him, so...
Is that Seal's blade?
Alright. And Sal's... Dang.
You'll pay for that.
So that does damage and it buffs him? I'm not sure if that's fair. Okay. Let's have Van go in.
Bring it on.
And then another one right after.
Here goes.
Van,
You ain't seen nothing.
they're about to use their own.
Well done.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Like hell you are.
He's about to drop his S-Craft on us, though.
Better be ready.
Let's go for... If we get a bit more damage down...
Now we're talking.
Okay, Golden. And Jin's level 40.
And you still won't accept that S-rank promotion. Why the hell not?
I'm just not ready for it. My Taito skills have nothing to do with it.
Really?
Though it'll sure give me a boost in confidence if I can beat you here.
Oh yeah? Will it now?
They're going wild anyway. Whoa, the hell are you? Hold on a sec. This is looking real bad. I gotta scram. I can't move. I fear there is no stopping this. I am honored to bear witness. They ended up going wild.
That is enough.
Is that Kilika? Yes! And who are they? Well then. You're...
Kilika! You got here quick. And here I was hoping we could duke it out a little longer.
Man, she's got... she's got them so whipped. I love it.
I figured you'd have a lot of catching up to do. So I thought to give you some space. A mistake on my part, I see. Are you a future S-rank bracer and a society enforcer, or are you infants?
It's a real Mitsuru Shinji thing going on.
Oh, wait a minute. This was all his fault.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Don't give me that. You were all gung-ho until she showed up, buddy.
They're blaming each other? Neither wants to get in trouble. Looking more and more like infirms from where I'm standing. What a shame. I was rather looking forward to seeing that to its end. You are a force to be reckoned with, Flying Swallow. It's good to see you, Spriggan. I see Jin is causing you trouble yet again. As for you, Sao, are you sure it's alright for you to be out of Crossbill after your promotion to president? He's president of Heiyue now? Worry not. I foisted all responsibility there to Yin and the SSS. Oh no, he's talking about their legit operation. This guy has no shame. Looks like you brought more suspicious folks to the party. Yeah, who are they?
What? You got a problem with us, punk? So you're the Spriggan of the Republic. But personally, I think of you as the dropout of the Conlone School.
So, they're martial artists. Wait, are you?
Now, Celise. It's not good to pick fights with him when you've only just met. Even if he is a shady piece of human waste from Adios knows where who can't figure out which half of the moral fence he's standing on.
What is this? Why are we going for Van's jugular off of the bat?
Well, even I wasn't trying to be that harsh.
Curious. Who are they?
Still, I see it was worth our while to come down here. Who knew a battle between the Society's finest Eastern martial artist and a student of one of the 3 great schools would be waiting for us? But perhaps the greatest surprise of all is seeing you.
So they're not affiliated with each other?
Thought you were acting kind of funny lately. But finding out you're all buddy-buddy with the Society is one thing I didn't see coming.
I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. I am a mere traveler who chanced upon this place and its current company. Nothing more.
What is going on?
I ask that you pay me no mind, Mother Celise, Father Leon.
So they are church affiliated. The little thingamabobs on the side of their head really gave me Septian vibes, but then she mentioned Kunlun and...
You're not even trying to hide it.
You are quite the interesting fellow, Vice Captain.
Must have been a hard job bringing a couple of runts like them down here.
Nah, they seem pretty capable.
I thought they would make a fine match for you. We do have an agreement right now, after all.
Who are you calling a couple of runts?
Whoa.
You sure can run your mouth, Direwell, but don't go getting cocky.
Dire Whelp? How old is Mother Celise? And that's a Templar sword, so yes, they are associated with the Septian Church.
How about I show you and that hardhead what I can really do?
Yeah? With what, Missy? That sword? Sure you're gonna be swinging it and not the other way around? How'd a teeny bopper like you even get that damn...
I'm 27.
Whoa!
Huh?
I said I'm 27. Any questions?
Huh.
That caught him so off guard he stopped powering up?
Well, I guess some guys are into that kind of thing.
Wait, what?
You are so dead.
You had to step on a landmine. She hates when people talk about her little baby face and impressively short height.
This guy loves pressing people's buttons.
Also dead.
I'll leave this crap to you, Arkwright.
Wait, Van didn't do anything but stand there and get his feelings hurt. Why me? Well, I have a feeling I know where these three are from. I don't.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, they caught us. Guys? Okay, but they're probably, actually, yeah, I probably do. They seem to be, oh God, what are they called? Like Barkhorn and those guys. The Barkhorn's freaking dead.
Van! Wait. Huh?
And that's not a, don't worry about that.
Sao? What kind of crazy party is this?
This did get very random very quick, yeah. Well, if it isn't Aaron. How'd you even find this place? I thought I threw you off my tail. Probably Rosette.
This is what happens when you only keep people half in the loop.
Or probably Elaine. Elaine, they told on him. I didn't think you'd wander down here too. Wait, isn't she the one and only Beauty's Blade? But the woman next to her is.
I happened to run into them during their search for you. I did have my doubts on whether to bring them here or not, but as you can see... Well, in any case, I had a feeling you were here.
My apologies. I had no idea what we were getting ourselves into.
They probably had to fight just to get this far in.
But now that I see it, this place certainly does pique my interest.
Well, I was gonna bring you down here at some point. But what's with you beating me to it, Elaine? You're the one who's constantly harping on about keeping him out of danger. You going senile? We're used to danger. And besides, I see some other kids down here too. I know that you have our best interests at heart, but no one likes being kept at arm's length forever. Sorry for all the trouble this ended up causing, man. But hey, it ended up being a good chance to teach him about about this place, no? Finding that silver lining. Oh, please, don't start acting like you did nothing wrong. I'll say, I have some choice words for you too, Jin. You didn't think to discuss your coming here with anyone else? Quite the arrogant move on your part. Well... Now he's in trouble twice over. Well, fun's over. I've had enough of being here. Today was more about saying hi anyway. I've done what I came for. Walter. We will see each other again at some point, even if the only other place I can imagine that happening is your prison cell. It would have to be a pretty tough prison cell to hold him. Well, kind strangers, if you would excuse me. He's okay. Whatever position. Gosh, I can't remember what it's called. The same position that Ein Selnate occupies. And they're his. These two are probably his Valds, but I can't remember what the Septian Church calls them. Yeah, that's enough hellos. Sorry for making you show us down here, Chief. We're out of here. See you all around sometime. I wouldn't be surprised if we met again, though that depends on what A does. Wow.
Well, now that the air has calmed down a touch, perhaps those of us who remain might continue sharing information?
Man, you never change.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get the F out of here. No, we actually took him up on it. Sounds like there's no room for doubt then. Almada's got some other organization working for him. Man, this just spiders out of control. So it would appear. Their funding is at least partly coming from those who funded the racial terrorism of the past, too. That's awful! Van was telling us about that not too long ago. Our company's risk assessment led us to the same conclusion. Up until a few years ago, racially motivated attacks on those of Eastern and Central Eastern descent were all too common, so they were crazy with it. They were known to be orchestrated by white supremacist groups who traced their origins back to the Old Kingdom. Yeah, so they've been dealing with that because their forefathers basically just got to go free, I guess. But the situation changed significantly when a rather large group attacked the trade conference in Crossbell 4 years ago. Fortunately, we were able to quell the situation thanks to an insurance policy we had in place. And as soon as the crisis was put to rest, the former president started an aggressive crackdown on those groups. Well, you didn't hear much from them after that. Then the postal reparations put the entire issue on the back burner. That's not to say they disbanded, however. If anything, the economic prosperity provided an ideal cover for them to continue in secret. And now their cover is coming to an end, bringing the issue of them to the surface once again. Yeah, how much would that suck, right? Well, I don't know how those assholes are tied to Armada. But if they've got all those fat stacks at their disposal, that explains how they got so big so fast. Yeah, and with that kind of mirror, they could bring people on the outside into the fold. Like the group Melchior and that new puppeteer come from. A group able to wipe out... Wait. Isn't Melchior... Doesn't Melchior work directly under Dante's? Aren't they Armada? A group able to wipe out a high-ranking company of Jaegers single-handedly, and likely with special abilities at their disposal. So, they are from the Gardens. Gardens? Huh, I am thoroughly unsurprised you've heard of them. Few have, even in the criminal underworld. What's the Gardens? If they've got an Arcana motif, it was a... Yeah, they called, well, if they've got a cards motif, then it answers a question about some characters that we met in the previous game. Is it some kind of group? They're a criminal organization that's of a different breed to the mafias like Armada. They don't have much in common with the society either, mind. We first learned of their existence 9 years ago. Their modus operandi is gathering orphans and giving them a first-class education. An assassination. So, that is where they're from. Okay, the Gardens. Damn, didn't know stuff like that was even real. Unfortunately, it very much is. Their members are few in number, but they complete their missions with startling success. The organization is divided into several groups called Gardens, with each being led by an overseer. We are aware of their presence at Marduk as well. Their threat level is considered to be S+. Internally, it was at one point believed that most unsolved assassinations were their handiwork. Yeah, you can imagine the headache when we even had another group trying to mimic their playbook. Still, their name hasn't cropped up very much over the past couple years. Not since the overseer of the Garden of Swords was taken out by 2 members who fled the organization. Yeah, play Reverie for that. Oh, wow! I feel like I've read that story somewhere before. Yeah, you certainly have, Agnes. What is it, Van? Nothing. Anyway, now we know that the group of monsters is working with Armada. It's still a mystery how they ended up that way. Same with how they wound up with all that terrorist funding. But maybe a more pressing question is why they're working together. And wait, where does the racial terrorism come in at? Because it definitely didn't seem, the Gardens definitely didn't seem to be all white pride worldwide, but all the people we saw involved were white, I guess, but true. They've got 3 of the worst titles that exist. Just a matter of working out what hand they're going for. You a Mahjong player too? I mean, you're right. We're gonna need to focus on that going forward. Indeed, albeit in our own unique ways, no doubt. Well, I believe we've had enough discussions for one day. Still, it seems clear there's more room for negotiations between us than some other groups going forward. I am most humbled you are including us in that. Well, I don't know about you and Gian, but Heiue has its moderates too, like Fawn. Take it we can include you guys in that too, Arkwright. Goes without saying. Hell, we're the common thread between all of you. And you're just gonna keep using us as a bridge between you guys anyways. You got that right, so we would, but of course. Stop being so in sync! They're completely shameless about it. I see it didn't take you long to adjust to life in the capital. Just bear in mind that Lady Ashen is rather worried about you back in Longport. Do try to exercise restraint in your daily life, Man, she could stand to chill out a little. And you should be the one checking in on home more often. How's Shin doing, by the way? He's been abroad in Emerferia for half a year now, right? I believe he is doing rather well. He attends a distinguished middle school there and is blessed with many good friends. Come to think of it, Chief, I know you go way back with him in the Direwolf. But I would have figured Renee would handle this kind of thing. That's right. The smart guy you and Elaine grew up with, yeah? He's actually quite occupied with another case for us. As for what that case is, you will soon see. It's probably whatever's going on in Basel. Huh? That's sure an ominous way of putting it. So Sal's taking his leave. And so are the Guild. And the CID. And that'll just leave us to puzzle things out. And she's one of the more reasonable ones, too. Why can't the CID be staffed by more normal people? Forgive me for saying so, but you're a fine one to talk. Right, we're a very eclectic group ourselves. Yeah, I can't believe you came to a place like this without us. Kinda pisses me off I let you shake me in the first place, but that's in the past now. So, just what is this place? It's called the Blacklight District. It's the city's unofficial 13th district, and its dark side. A lawless zone that changes location from time to time, and the few cops dare to tread. Wait, what? How does that work? Maybe there's different places, like this particular place stays the same, but there's other underground sections that people flock to, and that becomes the 13th district. That's the only thing that makes sense. It's home to criminals of every kind. Good place for them to get together, too. To think that all this time, such a place was right under my nose. You know, I feel like Abi said something about it to me before. Bull's Arena. I was aware of his existence, but this is my first time seeing it in person. It looks to be a combination of multiple underground areas that went unused during the city's urban planning. Good spot to hang out. We had to walk through a whole damn maze just to get here. An underground coliseum and contraband as far as the eye can see. It's like it was made for me. Well, too late to do anything now that you're here. I'm gonna guess people stayed away because you had Elaine, but people are always getting into scuffles around here. So let me teach you how to speak this district's language. We'll take a tour while we do, but just keep your eyes peeled, alright? Right. Of course. I'm down. Alright. Walk around the Blacklight district. So I want to see what he's got.
What'll it be?
Lucky Collins. Alright.
Come again.
But we're actually going to we'll walk around the Blacklight district, but that's definitely going to be next time. So join me then for more Trails Through Daybreak. Bye for now, guys.
Thank you.